we're going on tour, and this is...
it's been a while.
March 2025 is when our tour is happening. First of all, we're going to Tempe, Arizona. Maybe our favorite city of all time.
It's the best.
That is on March 16th, and then we go to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Maybe our favorite city ever.
Truly,
I've never
the best
loved a
city we've ever gone to.
That's on March 17th, and then we go to Oklahoma City, which is...
Our favorite. We often say that it's our number one.
Yeah, it's our number one, the best city I've ever been to. That's on March 18th. On March 19th, we're going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Our favorite city, without question.
And then we head to Dallas, Texas on March 20th.
Our favorite city.
It's the best There's never been a better city than Dallas.
If you don't like it, you're a Dallas asshole.
Thank you. And then we go to Houston, Texas on March 21st.
Best city.
Which is by far the best city. And then we end our tour in Austin, Texas on March 22nd at the Cap City Comedy Club.
It's the best city.
In the entire world.
Number one city in the world.
You can get tickets at dolloppodcast.com/tour.
Hello, Colorado. It's the man in the van for Good Times All Natural Burgers and Frozen Custard. You know, a lot of successful TV shows have spin-offs. I mean, at this rate, pretty soon there's going to be a Real Housewives of Wheat Ridge or something. So we figured, why not get on the bandwagon ourselves with a spin-off of our wildly popular Bambino Burger? Introducing the limited-time Bambino Supremo, made with bacon and white American cheese. Enjoy a few while you're watching, I don't know, CSI Arvada. The all-new Bambino Supremo, only at Good Times.
The Dollop is brought to you by Rocket Money.
Rocket Money.
We've both saved a lot of money with Rocket Money at this point.
So much money, I bought a rocket.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on, but...
I don't either.
Yeah, so I had subscriptions that I had no idea about, especially ones with my kid who just made them and I forgot when he was 5 or whatever. So they're on there for years. And then Rocket Money's like, hey, you're paying for this. And then I also had one of my internet was they redid the whole subscription and I got a new router. Like it just shows up one day because Rocket Money saved me like $300 a year. So it's a great service. This is a good time to do it, right? You're getting organized with all the New Year stuff. You're setting your goals.
Everything's going well.
Yeah, a lot of people look at their finances and goes, where am I at? Rocket Money. It's going to hit your goals. It's going to help you find all your subscriptions in one place, and you can easily cancel stuff you forgot you were paying for. So it's great.
We're both fans.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings.
Yes.
It shows all your subscriptions in just one place. You know exactly where your money's going, and then you get ones you don't want anymore. Kick them to the curb, like Gareth and
curb kick.
Radio
curb kick
was radio Packers nonsense that he had going on.
That's right, that happened.
You have a Packers problem. So Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/dollop today. That's rocketmoney.com/dollop. rocketmoney.com/dollop.
Dollop.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
It started.
Yes, poor Dave. He's going to...
Whoa. Well, that's not supposed to happen, but that's fun. Is that your...
I forgot to tell you this, but...
You're not allowed to do drops during my episode.
I set up a thing where every time I talk, music will start.
No, that's really going to affect the episode.
It's going to be fun.
That's going to be very problematic for this.
It's a vibe.
It's not great. All right, so welcome to the Pollard Reverse Dollop. I'll be reading the story to Dave.
Oh, to me?
And my mother.
I thought it was Pam and I was sitting it out.
Why would you be... Should we do a regular intro?
You're...
No.
Listening?
No, you're watching the Dollop on the All Things Comedy Network and Moment. This is a bi-annual event. Shut up. It's going great. Where rarely marshmallow enthusiast, croc owner, you are nodding to this part, and electric car enjoyer Gareth Reynolds reads a story from American history to my friend
Gareth Reynolds, who knows nothing about anything.
And tonight's guest is my mother, Pam.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good start.
It's a nice
in
start, isn't it?
Yeah. How are you feeling? Are you excited?
Oh, honestly, I can't explain the excitement.
Is it a bit strange?
It's a bit strange.
This is all a bit
Sure,
strange.
It's all a bit strange,
Yeah.
yes. I'm glad I've got Dave who will direct me in the right direction.
He will not be directing you.
Pam and I are dating, by the way.
I'm gonna need
We should
this. I'm gonna actually have to ask Dave to
now.
leave. I'm gonna actually need you to leave. I'm gonna need you to leave
We've been
right
dating
now.
for a couple
He-
weeks.
I'm gonna need you.
He
to
likes dinosaurs.
I'm gonna need you to get out. I'm gonna need you both. Actually, I need you both to leave. I can do this alone, no problem. Just how you used to do it. Do you know that that's how the show started? Was Dave
There we go.
just used to read the stories out loud to himself in a closet
This is
No.
and just shout?
This is very passive.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
And then he found the money maker.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And then he found his little quarterback.
but he had a good thing to start with, and then you came along and
That's not what
Thank
I'm
you,
saying.
Pam.
complimented it.
September 3rd, 1944, year of our Lord, Buddha.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you're in my world, asshole.
That wouldn't be the right.
Shut up. H. Ty Warner was born into a house of chaos. He was named after Ty Cobb, but the H that started his name stood for nothing. It was an affectation his mother had insisted on, which I believe you did with me with a D, right? You always wanted me to be D. Gareth Reynolds.
She made up a letter.
Yeah, the mother just wanted to tack on an H.
She.
No, I wasn't sure about
Why?
Gareth.
Yeah, you wanted to go
I wanted
with-
Justin or Benjamin, I think.
well,
Benji, why would she? Why would she?
it's Benjamin.
Benji, why would
It's
she?
Benjamin. Yeah, she just tacked an H
She just.
on.
Why didn't she just? Benji, why didn't she just name him that from the beginning?
Buddy, listen to me. We're not doing that. We're not. We've been through many versions, and the fact that in the first 30 seconds of the story, my mother has somehow trumped Garfy with giving you Benji is problematic. Anyway, so the H stood for nothing. So Ty and his sister Joy grew up in a Frank Lloyd Wright house in LaGrange, Illinois. During his childhood, his mother Georgia was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic.
Well, there you go.
His father, Hal, didn't handle that or being a dad very well. It was a rough life in many ways. One that didn't give Ty a tremendous amount of love, which is it's funny so far, right?
It's hilarious. This is like a Dollop start.
One night, Joy woke up to find her mother standing over her with a knife. Joy said, quote, "I don't think they knew how to give us love."
Well,
Yeah, jump in.
Did she stab?
No,
Okay, then it's love.
And this is, Mom, you have to understand where Dave grew up. Someone standing over you with a knife is just, that's a good evening. That's a
Saturday.
bedtime story.
That's
to Dave.
Saturday.
Well,
That's
it sounds like perhaps maybe she was doing Sunday lunch and she was carving up the beef.
That's right.
Wow.
She's carving up beef. She's a beef carver. Late night beef carvings.
She came in to tell Joy, dinner's ready.
Yeah.
Which cut you want then? Which cut you after?
You ready? You ready?
Hello, Governor! Get out. Ty's dad, Hal.
Good, right?
Yes, it's very good, Dave.
Ty's dad, Hal, was gone a lot as a toy salesman. He made a nice living, and he was able to financially provide for the family, but that was all he provided. Unless you count unwanted sexual advances towards his daughter, because he provided that too. You don't need to jump in. Ty's father once locked Ty in a closet for being too affectionate towards his mother. And another time, when Ty didn't clean up his dog shit, his dad got rid of it. The dog, not the
Not
shit.
the dog shit. He kept
The dog shit probably went too.
Did the shit stay as the pet?
The shit stayed as the pet, and he got rid of the dog.
That's fair.
And then he was like, clean up your shit.
The shit was shitting?
Yeah, shit. The shit.
Did he paint a face on it?
All right. That's, now I don't know where we're at.
Did he tape hair to the top?
Who's a good little buddy? He must smell my shit.
Sounds like the magic roundabout.
Okay, so Ty was sent to St. John's Northwestern Military Academy to be their problem. And after he was out of the house, his parents separated. Ty claims that he thrived at the academy. He graduated with honors and with the rank of fly sergeant. But his sister said that that was all BS. She said that he hated it from all the hazing and he was once stabbed. But either way.
Wait. That was that part of the hazing, or we just leave that as like a thing?
Sizzle like bacon, pop like popcorn, die like stabbed.
He was like, that's actually worse than people not liking you at military school. It's if you get stabbed, that's way beyond like,
no, but you
I
get
don't
a
like
badge.
that guy.
You get one of those.
I don't think you do get a badge.
You do. You get a little.
I think you just go to the hospital.
Yeah, and they give you a little wrist badge.
A wrist, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
you get a wrist
That's
badge.
fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same. I mean, look, it's not
if I got stabbed, I wouldn't be like, people don't like
when
me.
you get stabbed. When you get stabbed, Dave. Good Lord. Imagine if Dave will be stabbed. After college, for 1 year, he went to L.A. to try to act for another 5, and then he moved back to Chicago. Moved back in with his dad.
So we just did 5 years of him trying to act.
We just did 5 years of commercial auditions, 5 years of groundlings.
Yeah.
5 years of being on a veil.
Yeah.
5 years, we've all done it.
We've
5 years of kids' birthday parties.
Yep.
Where he's peeing in bottles in his car. And he's making fucking balloon animals. And he's going to meet some weirdo in a Walgreens parking lot who's giving him his costumes for the weekend.
Benji.
Giving him his costumes for the weekend.
Benji.
And he's asking him, Benjamin, you son of a bitch. My name isn't Benji, it's Benjamin. I can already feel this coming at me for the next 5 years. At this time, Ty's father, Hal, was a salesman who worked at Dakin. I think it might be Dakin. Either way, Dakin. Well, look at you. A $200 million a year toy company.
Ooh.
Oh, now
See, my mother worked in toy sales.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought she might be able to lend a hand to some of this. So it's a big toy company.
Yes, I can't remember what they sold. But
I'll tell you what they sold. They specialized in stuffed animals.
That's right, Dakin. Yes.
With no real prospects.
And that's why the dad was there, because he liked to
stuff animals.
He stuffed the dog.
He liked to stuff little things.
With no real prospects and sick of moping around, Ty became his dad's sub-rep at the company. Ty was selling plush stuffed animals. Now, Mother, what would you call plush? Do you know? I kind of know what it is. I don't know if you have a better definition of a plush stuffed animal.
Well, they were just soft.
So Ty and his dad had a super weird relationship.
Really?
Yes, believe it or not, Dave. Ty had major daddy issues. On more than one occasion, Ty would date women that his father had previously dated because he was jealous of the attention his father gave to those women, and he wanted to prove he was just as good as his dad. Super normal stuff.
I mean, you also want to, like, I can tell you it's great to, like, show a woman that you're a better lover than your...
Now, Dave, I don't want you to pull any punches just because my mother's here. So certainly,
well, it's weird because we're dating, so I don't want to get things...
You got Benji going, you're dating her. I mean, we are like on page 3. Holy shit, this is an absolute night. I don't think I'll get to the end of this. So Ty quickly became the best earning salesperson at Dakin. He was making $100,000 a year in the late 60s, which would be like $800,000 a year in today's money bucks. He even ended up making more than the CEO off of his commissions. Ty was also learning what worked in the toy business: low prices, high volume, and avoiding the big box retailers for the more ma-pa, smaller stores. Ty, quote, "I learned marketing impulse items from Dakin. They were the best," end quote. It would give him an innate ability to predict what would work and what wouldn't. And as his fellow sales rep, Mike Ingram, said, they all really appreciated. Quote from Mike, quote, "He was a smart-ass shithead. He was arrogant and thought that he was somebody that he wasn't. I would guess you're going to be hard-pressed to find anybody who liked him." It's pretty cool.
Then
it's like a Dave Yelp.
He's a salesman?
He was a salesman, yep.
And he's an unlikable salesman?
Yeah, but his supervisor, Paul Roche, on the other hand, also didn't care for him. Quote, "I never liked him as a human being. I didn't find any level of trust between him and the company, or him and anybody else. At that time in his life, he was very selfish, totally into himself." So you're probably thinking, were they just jealous?
No, I'm thinking he was raised by a terrible father, and he is also a total piece of shit.
It's weird how being raised by a shitty father will make you a piece of shit, isn't it, everybody? Everybody watching at home? Were they jealous? I don't think it was that. Quote from Roche again. "I don't think anybody was jealous of him because we all knew he had a lousy life. He had no close relationships. They were close insofar as they served him. No real friends, none. That was part of the guy's problem. He was into work and pussy in that order. Once you scraped the surface away just a little bit, he was an asshole."
Oh,
well, how do you feel about that, Pam? That got a little graphic.
Yes, it was very graphic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what was this? How old was he then, and what year?
So this is like this quote is probably after the fact, but he worked there during the 60s and 70s.
60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Is this
He worked there about 15 years.
Is this the guy the book Working Pussy's about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've read
in
that.
Working Pussy, in that order.
Yeah, no, he shows you how to get it.
Yeah.
Both.
Now how you feeling? Dave dug a little bit deeper for us.
I think I might want to read Prince Harry's share. Might
We
be
had
quite
one
mild.
rule that you're not
Quite
bringing
mild.
up Prince Harry's book. As Ty was getting ready to go off on his own endeavor, Hal, Ty's father, died in 1983 from a heart
God
attack.
damn it, I loved him.
I know. So he passes away, and Ty didn't tell his sister for 5 days. He did this to, alleged by Joy, his sister, clean out his father's collectibles and sell them. So in other words, to beat her to the inheritance money. Warner would later state to people that he was given a $50,000 inheritance. However, there's evidence to suggest that that figure was more like $200,000. So he just kind of like...
He took the money.
He took the
stuff.
assets.
He sold the stuff.
Yes.
Sold the goods.
Yeah, he sold the goods.
And even though he's making basically $800,000 a year,
Yeah.
he needs a little extra cut. He needs some extra scratch.
Well, the reason why he's doing this is because he wants to start his own business.
The toy business.
Oh, I skipped this part. Sorry. So he was like the best salesman at Dakin.
How does he skip things?
I don't know.
We were talking about Prince Harry's
I think it was
penis.
because we distracted him.
Excuse me, we're talking about Prince Harry's penis.
Like he can't keep track of a story just because you bring up something else.
He's got ADD, whatever that is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Just a joke.
You can't get that medication in this country. So he starts going, when he's going out on his sale calls, when he's still a sales rep for Dakin, which is what you were. You were a sales rep.
I was a sales rep.
So that's basically what he does. So when he's going out on these calls, he starts pitching the people his products.
New company.
Like stuff he's thinking about. He's like, what would you think about that?
Future toys.
And then the
Cabbage
word gets
Patch
back
Kids.
to Dakin that he's doing that.
Oh,
and they're
he's not-
like, hey, are you starting your own business or something? He's like, no. And then they hire a private investigator. The private
my God.
investigator's like, no, not only is he starting his own business, he has an office. So they realize, so he's using that money that he took from his father, the inheritance, and his own money to start his own business. So
Are we supposed to be mad at this guy because he's a go-getter?
No, of course not.
The toy
This
business.
is the American dream.
The toy business is ruthless and brutal. How many people did you kill when you were a toy rep?
I didn't kill any, but I was very close.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very close to doing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you hit people with your car, you always told me.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, there you
yes,
go.
I did.
You hit a deer with your car.
I did. Well, the deer hit me.
Did you eat it?
Yeah, we ate it
No.
that night.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't.
Yeah, we ate it raw out back.
you not?
We have this story about, we lived in Brown Deer, is where I grew up, Brown Deer, Wisconsin. And we had a dog that was like 150 pounds. And
A Labrador.
A Labrador. And this dog, he just loved to eat. So don't be making Jose comparisons and stuff, because that's not what anyone's after. But the dog would he just for a week, he stunk. He just had the worst gas, and we're just going, what is going on? This is next level. And then a cop came to our door and goes, just so you know, I saw your dog in the woods eating this old rotting deer carcass.
Cool.
And so our dog just was going out there just blah, 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 eating its guts and then coming back. And
You
then
guys should have fed it.
yeah, we did feed it. So 150 pounds.
But what's nice is that in those days, the police were really nice. They'd come and tell you things.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
We still,
Sorry.
fellas, thank you for all that you do. You're doing amazing work,
Sorry.
and we really appreciate it
I'm
out there.
referring to the English police. Though.
Yeah, the bubbies.
The
Yeah,
bubbies.
Oh, here
you
they're-
American cops.
They're murderers.
Okie dokie. So it's 1986, and Ty's starting his own business. He doesn't know what to call it, but genius takes time. So he thought about it long and hard.
American Girl.
And Ty went with Ty Inc. And the logo would be Ty in a heart. So his name's Ty, and his company's called Ty.
Do you recognise that, Dave?
Nope.
You recognize that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, interesting.
That's not a thing.
So the headquarters were opened just outside of Chicago. And Ty's first line of plush was to be a line of Himalayan cats that would be floppy, cuddly, and furry.
Sure.
They had to have the cuddle factor. And there were beans in the butt and the feet, which gave them the feature of what he called posability.
Ooh.
As Ty would say, quote, no one had put the combination of understuffed with beans, all the animals were stiff and hard. And there you'll see is...
Hell yeah. What the fuck?
That might have been the pussy he was talking about earlier.
That is terrible. Who wants that?
What doesn't want that? It's got posability.
It looks like I got burned on the face and shot out of a cannon.
Well, what's funny is one time it took a shit and the dad got rid of it. Which is crazy, because the dad's, first of all, dead, and that's not a real cat.
That's not a real cat.
Was that a Beanie Baby, that one?
No, that's
That was
not.
what he started off with.
That's the Himalayan cat.
That's
Yes.
the beginning.
Yes.
So that is what he came up with.
We had a Himalayan cat, do you remember?
Yeah, that's who it is. This picture, fun
Lucy.
fact, took 9 hours. Because he was, insistent that they got it right.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, when you see it, you know that it took work.
That's what?
He wanted to get it right. Also, Ty had now started dressing like Willy Wonka.
Yep.
There are no pictures of his face.
I'm going to take off.
No, you got to stay.
Thanks for
That door's locked.
inviting
That
me.
door's locked. That door's locked.
What in the fuck are you talking about?
So there's no pictures of that face.
What do you mean there's no pictures of that?
No, believe me, I've tried to find him dressed as Willy Wonka. But he would do it for toy shows or sales appointment. He would have Italian scarves, hot pink suits, or pink ties and pink socks. He would match. He also walked with a prop cane, and he drove a Rolls Royce. I mean, Dave, think about it. He wanted to get people talking. He wanted people to be like, hey, who is this guy? Or like, hey, what's with this guy? Or this guy's really weird, right? Or like, hey, I hate this guy. Stuff like that. And I think that look really did it.
That look would do it, absolutely.
And get ready, because I'm also going to have a Willy Wonka face.
Benji hit me.
Most Benjis too. Bizarre Benji. But he still had this drive to make cuter, softer, stuffed animals.
Got to go cuter.
Oh, yeah.
Always be cutering.
Terrible word.
It's an
toy. English word.
It's an old
isn't it?
toy.
Microphone, Mum.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's an
Don't
English
forget,
word,
that's a
cuting.
huge part of this whole thing.
I know, I'm so sorry.
It's not just you and Dave hanging out like you have been for the past couple
really
weeks.
Really sorry.
apparently.
Well, that's why I was looking over, because I'm so
But you
used
can
to
look
looking
over
at
and
it.
you can do the mic.
It's like when we're at candlelight at a restaurant.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Aaron, can you get a bucket? I just need something to sort of put my guts into. Okay, so 1993... Ty Inc. employed 14 people in its main 5-room office facility. Ty was about to turn 50 and had made $1.3 million that year. But things were about to get wild. See, he'd acquired this patent to make this special synthetic fur, and he began using it on a new line of plush. It was a $5 line of beanbag animals that he called Beanie Babies.
Here we go.
Well, someone else came up with the name, but it's still technically true, and that's what he called them. Ty, quote, in 1983, I built my company on great quality and great prices. My only retail points were $5 and $10. I believe that these retail price points were critical to our success, end quote. He also wanted them to be palm size so that kids could hold them or put them in their pocket or fit them in their backpack.
That's what I do with mine. I still have one.
That's smart. The first Beanie Babies were Legs the Frog, Cubby the Bear, Quack the Duck, Chocolate the Moose, Pinchers the Lobster, Spot the Dog, Squealer the Pig, Splash the Whale, Flash the Dolphin, and Patty the Platypus. Let me tell you about Patty the Platypus.
Go.
Patty the Platypus was named after his girlfriend, Patricia Roche.
Sure. Wait, he has a girlfriend now?
Yes. At this point, he has a girlfriend. She kind of was integral to coming up with the product line with him. She even had 2 kids from a previous marriage, and he would kind of like test the beanies out with them, and they'd be like, "Oh, I don't like this," or "I like that." So he's kind of test marketing with them. They were pretty much living together in a shared house. Okay, so now, like I said. They were opposable plush, and they were called Beanie Babies because of the little beans in them. But they weren't stuffed with beans. Ty made sure they had enough beans to be full, but not too many beans to be unposable. So those are the beans and Beanie Babies. Now, Ty was excited with his new... Are you done?
Yeah, I'm going to open up a drink and have a little sippy sip.
It's just a little distracting. So Ty was excited with his new line, but when he unveiled Beanie Babies at the Rocky Mountain Toy Show, nobody cared. Still, he believed in his babies.
You ever been to the Rocky Mountain Toy Show?
No, I wondered where it was. Where was that?
I would be in Colorado.
Colorado?
Yeah.
RMTS.
MTS.
RMTS, the Rocky Mountain Toy Show.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's really into the lingo.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Dave's
good.
one of the fastest acronymers we've had on the Dollop.
Yeah, he's very good. Good
but you would go to a lot of toy shows.
Yes.
That'd be a place where they would present a bunch of toys.
New York in particular
New York's
was the
big
main
one.
place.
Now, has anybody ever was like, hey, you want to come to my hotel room and cut open a toy?
Hey, just drinking at a bar. What do you guys want to do after this? I was thinking we'd go up to my room and just cut open some of the Beanie Babies and slowly squish them out. Just see what the beans are like. then we can suck the beans or just, do whatever we want with the beans. Can we have another round of Manhattans? Let's get some more Manhattans. Then we'll go to my room. I have like 30 Beanie Babies that I just got from Ty, the Willy Wonka guy. And then we can just go up there and cut them up, and then we can just make a bean pile. You guys down?
No, I'm going to stay here.
You want to do it in the bar?
No,
can we cut open beanies in the bar, sir?
I don't know. I just don't want to cut them open.
Do you want to rip a bean?
No, I don't want to
do
rip
a line of bean.
I don't want to do any beans.
Do a bean bump.
Just go ahead and
do a key bean.
No, I don't want a bean.
Try a key bean.
I'm not a bean guy.
That's a bean off my hand.
It's not.
Hey, so going to stall 2, I left my credit card with some beans on the toilet paper thing. Hurry.
What's supposed to happen with your credit card?
You just cut a nice hot line of bean. Hurry, dude.
I don't want bean.
What?
They're also
This is primo bean.
They're little plastic things.
Oh, dude, I know it. Some of it's not going down great.
Well, yeah, because it's plastic.
Oh, shit, dude. I think some is lung-based now.
Well, yeah, it's plastic.
Oh, man, I am so fucked up.
Yeah, you're going to die.
I'm living. Okay, so then he introduced more Beanie Babies, even though nobody gave a shit. Here comes Allie the alligator, Blackie the bear, Bones the dog, Chili the bear, Daisy the cow, Diggers the crab, Goldie the goldfish, Happy the hippo, Humphrey the camel, Inky the octopus, Lucky the ladybug, Mystic the unicorn, Peking the panda, Swirly the snail, Slither the snake, Speedy the turtle, Trap the mouse, and Spinner the spider.
Who the fuck wants the spider?
Hey, who? What? Look at Spinner.
Like, I get all of those except for the
Dave, what an admission that you get all those.
Well, the rest of them, are like, I could see a kid cuddling with that. Maybe not the snake.
No, not the snake.
But the spider? Like, what kind of creepy kid do you have that's like, hi, Daddy, I want the spider. Give me the spider, Daddy.
Look, Dad got drunk last night and cut it open and did some bean lines.
What happened to my spider's open?
Or you were like,
oh my God, my spider made eggs.
That's what I was just going to say. You cut it open, you're like, oh my God, Speedy's pregnant. Hey, Aaron, you want to toss me what I gave you?
Oh my God, there's
got the spider?
There's props.
No, I got Daisy the cow.
Oh,
Daisy.
I remember. You had quite a few.
So they still sell?
No, I didn't.
They
You
still
did. I
sell
think you
these?
did.
I did not have Beanie
Yeah,
Babies.
they still sell them.
Wow, it looks like Jose.
What a fucking asshole. Okay, so Ty also stuck to the principles that he learned at Dakin. He knew to sell to smaller stores. It bred loyalty to his brand. They needed his sales. Quote, it's better selling to 40,000 accounts than it is to 5 accounts. It's more difficult to do.
Always said that.
But for the longevity of the company and profit margins, it's the better of the two. You've always said to sell to 40,000 accounts.
Yeah,
over 5?
that's one of my sayings.
And in what capacity is that? Because you are a
Dollop.
Right.
I mostly sell the Dollop to small stores. That's where we do all of our business. I'm not going to work with the bigger Circuit City and Toys R Us.
Okay, I got some tough news about Circuit City.
What?
And Toys R Us, to be honest.
What are you talking about?
Do you notice how those places where they used to be are now just Halloween stores?
Yeah, they do like a seasonal.
Yeah.
Circuit City.
Yeah. Circuit City are now.
Yeah.
By the way, do you ever wonder what a Halloween store is like in, say, January?
Are you fucking doing stand up to the camera right now?
I'm talking to the camera a little bit.
What are you doing?
This is my world. You're in the dojo. Welcome to the dojo.
What's the dojo?
Exactly. We're going to find out on today's dojo. Go to the intro, Aaron. Hurry. So most companies would release a product and leave it out there, and if it didn't sell well, they would discontinue it and move on, but not Ty. Ty Warner would keep changing his product, like by making a new Teddy Beanie's face rounder versus flat, which he did.
Sure.
If he had an idea on how to make a beanie better, he would simply start making a better one. And he would leave the one out there and he'd be working on another one. And it was all just kind of doing so-so.
It's called updating.
That's right.
Always be working on your product.
That's right.
Like if you have a spider, make it a better spider. Turn it into...
I lost a lot of time.
Dave's
octopus.
really good. He should have been a marketing manager.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Did you hear that nothing really came out at the end?
Oh, no, I made an octopus.
It's a marketing plan.
Turn a spider into an octopus. Now you got a blacktopus.
Don't encourage that with
What do
that.
you mean encourage it? Have you never heard of the blacktopus? Beanie Baby?
A spoctopus.
The sparktopus.
Anyway, it was all doing so-so.
This is what our dates are like.
Oh, well, it sounds like a fucking nightmare. It was all doing so until he had a revelation prompted by a lamb named Lovey.
What?
Seen here.
Oh, shit.
Drunk.
I would cuddle the fuck out of that.
Lovely.
Lovey is lovely.
So sweet.
Do you remember when I was a kid growing up, I had a lamb?
You did have
I did have a lamb.
And
I wasn't nearly as good at that, and I threw up on the lamb.
Oh, yeah.
And you washed it, and we kept it.
And I gave it to you when you moved. You've got that lamb.
When I moved?
Well, one of your 300 moves.
When I moved out of the house?
I gave you Lammy. Yes, you had Lammy, because it was real fur. It was real lamb's fur.
What?
And you've got it. He's got it somewhere, Dave.
No, I don't. You're accusing. I do not have Lammy.
You do.
I do not.
You do.
I'm telling you, I know all of the things that I have, and I don't have Lammy.
It had real fur.
Had real lambs.
It was actually a real lamb. And then it just had passed away because I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had a little sheep, but it had real insides.
Did it?
So Lovey sold very well in hospitals. However, in 1995, because of some fabric issues with suppliers in China, Lovey had to be discontinued.
Oh, damn it.
Buyers seemed like Dave. They were upset by this news. So the decision was made to not say that Lovey was discontinued, but retired. This, for some reason, made buyers less angry and more intrigued.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
This tactic was not invented by Warner, but was one he utilized over and over again.
It's stupid.
He did have a skill at selling people this way. One of his former execs, quote, he was a master at selling useless shit to people and making it seem really important. So, that's exciting.
That's really, what an impressive, well, you should put that on your gravestone.
Yeah. Well, in a way, isn't that just kind of the American economy?
Yeah, no, that's capitalism. It's just like, how can I sell this absolute garbage
you need
to
this
people?
Thing.
You gotta have it. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Around this time, kids in Chicago were starting to like Beanie Babies.
Sure.
And as kids do, they told their parents that they wanted to collect more.
Here we go.
And in the small suburb of Naperville, Illinois, a few mothers were helping their kids acquire them, but also began to fall in love with the Beanie Babies themselves. And since you couldn't go to Toys R Us or Walmart to get them with ease, they would need to drive around beanie hunting. It felt like a, quote, scavenger hunt.
Wait, adults now want?
Yes. So, like, the kids like them, and then, like, mothers in Naperville
What the fuck are they doing with
falling
them?
in love. They just start loving them. But the thing that they start to kind of fall in love with is that you have to kind of find them. So it is
it's
like
a collection thing.
It sets off a collection.
I found the spider and you don't have it.
Yes. Here's a quote. What was available, how many were available, when they were produced, and we had to find this all out on our own. And so they liked that.
Can I tell you one of my little tales?
Sure.
That when I used to go and deal with buyers in the small shops, and if there was a delivery of Beanie Babies and there was a mother in there, they would phone around and tell all their friends that the Beanie Babies were arriving.
Yes.
And they'd follow the UPS truck.
You will find more of this coming.
It was ridiculous.
She told me that story on Wednesday night.
Did I?
And in 1996...
I'm sorry, I won't repeat.
And she doesn't even understand... Yeah, microphone.
Sorry.
No, it's actually... If you're going to talk about dating, Dave, that can be off mic. And in 1996, one mother, Becky Phillips, began noticing which ones were harder to find than others. So they began. So this is Becky Phillips. She starts going crazy, and she's finding that they're harder. She
starts going crazy.
Becky also was the one who discovered that there were differences in the teddies' faces, like I mentioned earlier.
Oh my God!
So if you look here, you see you got old Teddy, got a bit of a boxier nose, and then you got round-faced Teddy. And so she's the one who's like, wait, these teddies are different. And once word got out about flat-faced Teddy, or as they call it, old-faced Teddy versus newer, rounder-faced Teddy, the plot thickened even more. More and more mothers began collecting beanies, kind of obsessively. It kind of triggered, like we said, this collection mentality. Exchanges and trades were common, like drug deal at toy stores or malls. Moms would meet up, and they would be trade, quote, 2 tobaccos for 1 kiwi. So it was all very sort of like crazy. And yeah, it's basically these mothers are like meeting up places, like exchanging beanies for ones that they don't have.
What in the fuck is happening?
By 96, beanie fever was spreading through the Midwest. Bongo the monkey was being sold faster than they could get them at one Wisconsin location. In Christmas 95, one Midwest retailer recounted that bongos were just sitting on the shelves, but by January 1996, quote, they took off like crazy.
Like bongos.
Like bongos. Much like bongos.
Does it say which Wisconsin retailer?
I don't have that information, but I will certainly get back to you all as soon as I do.
The camera's not on you, it's on us right now, the couple.
certainly.
That's the couple cam, and then they got the single cam over there.
Oh, I see. Wait a minute.
Have you
this
just
is when
noticed
it's you this is you and I when we're when we're
That's the couple
together.
cam.
Oh, I get it. Oh, how sweet.
Shut up, everybody. So, tweaks were being made, like I said, and not just to the plush items and beanies themselves. Lena Trividi was a 19-year-old that was hired at Ty in 93. Ty had complained that the Ty tags, those little hearts, were boring because they just had this to and from on them.
I agree.
Yes. So, Lena pitched that they use the space there. You can see the to and from.
Oh my God! Oh my
And
God,
that's Daisy.
Lena!
That's Daisy the cow.
Give Lena a raise.
No, she hasn't done anything yet, asshole.
Give her
You're
a
not
fucking
listening.
raise.
No, that's not what she did. So Lena pitched.
Lena, you're hired in my
Dave,
company.
No. So Lena pitches that they use that space to give them a birth date and a poem. Ty asked for a poem, so she started with Stripes the Tiger, the poem. Stripes was never fierce nor strong, so with tigers he didn't get along. Jungle life was hard getting by, so he came to see his friends at Ty. And she added Stripes' birthday, June 11th, 1995.
I am over the moon with what's happening.
Isn't that beautiful?
You're excited.
This is the best thing that's ever happened.
It's so lovely.
Wow.
That Beanie Baby was born. It came out of another Beanie Baby on that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And actually, in America now, you're not allowed to choose whether you want to have your Beanie Baby or not. This is awkward. Warner loved it. He loved the idea, and he asked her to write one for the other 86 beanies in one day. Except he told her that he would do the one for Patty the Platypus. Now, I told you before that was named after his girlfriend. Well, that was now his ex-girlfriend. You see, things with Patricia had gone south. Ty had never given her a salary, even though she was essential to the sales and the design. She was paid, but he tried to nickel and dime her the whole way as much as possible with the promise.
That's what you do with a girlfriend.
With the promise that he would one day take care of her.
Oh, no, I know you are.
That was not true.
Dave. Ours is exclusive.
After their breakup, Patricia had accused Ty of stalking her for 2 years, knowing where she was every day during that time frame, and even following her on a vacation she had taken with her new boyfriend.
Well, what's he supposed to do?
The anger, that's not good for you. The anger that Ty held came across in the Patty the Platypus poem that he wrote.
Oh, God.
Quote, ran into Patty one day while walking. Believe me, she wouldn't stop talking. Listened and listened to her speak. That would explain her extra large beak. That was in the Beanie Baby. So, ravenous Midwest mothers are now going to more and more extreme lengths to get Beanie Babies. They would call Ty Incorporated headquarters to find out which ones they were missing, what stores may have them, anywhere in the U.S.
Okay, this is a great example of how we had nothing to do in the 90s.
Yeah, this is a conflation of so many 90s things in one. Among them, one thing I was watching, this woman who ended up running a Beanie Baby thing, she was like, I was working a full-time job, basically, 6 hours a day. And I was like, 6 hours a day? A full-time job? That's what we used to be like, man, I work my ass off, 6 hours. And now it's just I got to do this, and I got to do this. And we're just like, but yeah, it's a combination of many things. But the women would, and again, it's not just mothers, but it was mainly mothers. They would call Ty Inc. and they would find out which ones they were missing and what stores may still have them. Oh my God. They would call the Chamber of Commerce.
Imagine having to field these calls.
They would call the Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, I'm calling about Slinky the Binky. I want to know when he was born and then what states he was shipped to.
Well, we told you before, Slinky the Binky is not one that we have made. So
no, there's a Slinky the Binky in a 76 station in Des Moines.
Okay,
and
go there.
It's my friend Sheila saw it when she was on a trip.
Okay,
and
go there.
It's definitely.
We have to actually keep this line open for other calls. So good luck. Hello?
I also want to ask about...
Goodbye. So they would also call chambers of commerce, and they would see what shops had them in a city, and then they would call those stores, and then they would find the beanies.
What the fuck are you talking about? Why are they calling the... Imagine being at the Chamber of Commerce.
Look at it.
It's some lady's like, hey, where are...
Chamber of Commerce.
The Beanie Babies?
Look at it.
I fucking see it.
Do you? Because it sure doesn't feel like you see it with your attitude, which is getting worse and worse.
Can I just tell you another little tale?
Sure.
Or shall I shut up?
No.
Well, there was
should we explain to everyone you just pulled a tissue out of your sleeve?
Yeah, I'm just going to...
Like a magician, but who uses the magic hanky?
She does that all
That was
the
a Beanie
time.
Baby magic hanky.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty good.
But anyway, so this retailer told me that she was coming into her shop one day, and there was a huge queue outside. It wasn't open. They opened at 10 or whatever. There was a huge queue, and she went to open the door, and one of the customers pushed her and told her to go to the back of the queue.
Oh, my God.
And
It's my store.
She said, I'm opening up my store, and they were waiting for Beanie Babies.
Move it, loser. Hey, how did you get a fake key to this store? Where some of us are looking to figure out how to do that. This lady's picking the lock.
She should have gone to the back of the line and been like, sorry, we're not opening up until I get to the front.
Yeah.
And there was another story because I...
Okay, hold.
Oh, sorry.
I'll give you a story, another story soon.
Okay, thank you.
So naturally, the search got wider and wider. February 12th, 1996, Peggy Gallagher. So Peggy was spending thousands of dollars in long distance phone calls and found a treasure trove of beanies in Germany. So
what in the fuck?
So she calls this place in Germany and she orders 100. Yeah, can you imagine? Yes, we have beanies. We have the Beanie Babies. Which Beanie Baby are you looking for?
She want the spider.
Now hold on. Why are you so interested in all of our beanies? Explain to us the intelligence you have that we've omitted. I think there's something going on with the beanies.
Yeah.
They just put cameras in all the beanies. Yeah, we even send you beanies.
The Americans are calling about the pig.
They want 30 squealers. So she orders 198 beanies. She orders 30 Chili the Polar Bears, 36 Peking Pandas, 84 Old Face Teddies, 36 Trap the Mouses, 12 Patty the Platypuses, all at $7 a pop. And all in all cost her about $2,000.
She's going to make bank.
In 1996, Beanie Lunatic and Naperville mom Joni Hirsch Blackman interviewed Ty for the July 1st issue of People magazine. The article begins with, quote, "They have soft heads, floppy ears, and squishy bodies. They're also small enough to fit in your pocket. But to store owners like Richard Gurnady, whose suburban Glenview, Illinois shop sold 5,000 of the pint-sized stuffed animals in the week before Valentine's Day, Beanie Babies are huge," end quote. In the article, Gurnady predicted, the guy whose store it was, predicted that Beanie Babies would be, quote, "the biggest thing ever in retailing. Elvis, Sinatra, and the Beatles combined," end quote. True. And this story kind of takes the beanies from a little bit more of a niche market to the mainstream.
Blowing up.
More people know. And this was the only real interview that Ty Warner would ever give, was this one early on to this woman who was a Naperville mother who was obsessed with Beanie Babies.
Normal.
So that exposure didn't only help Warner and Ty Inc., but it made Gurnady come up with the first official beanie checklist, a list of all the beanies ever made, on the market, retired, duplicates, old ones, new ones, all of them. And this just kind of kicks it all up another notch. As one mother said, quote, I'll do the Midwest accent, "My downfall was the checklists. Once you have a checklist, you don't look at what you have, you look at what you don't have."
Oh, I don't have the salamander.
Yeah. Where are you from, miss?
Sammy the salamander.
Excuse me, miss, where are you from?
What's that?
You're from Naperville?
We moved around all over.
What? Are you even American?
Yeah, it's a little bit American. Just, from all over.
All over the world or all over?
I started in California, and then I also lived in the...
Your accent is just like a melange of a bunch of weird
Yeah, like I said, I'm from all over.
Hold on, this is that German lady. That's the German. We want to know what you want for squishy. Thanks to the women of Naperville, the People article, and the new beanie checklist, the sales of Ty Inc. increased 1,000% in 1996. The company's sales were $280 million, and Ty brought home $98 million. Some say it was the mothers who elevated Ty, but people who knew Ty said he also was a part of it, pulling the strings. Quote, "Ty doesn't fart without planning it weeks in advance."
Yeah,
which is what
that's actually
you
really
do that.
That's a really good example of someone who knows how to plan.
Yeah.
Like a really good Lee Iacocca is known for that. Like
I'm
really
looking
good
to fart.
businessmen will be like, I'm looking at the
I
calendar.
actually can't. I'm actually farting June 9th. And the 10th I'm available.
Oh no, I'm gonna have a shit.
I'm sorry.
Looks like I'm.
I have a 10 a.m. fart, and at 2 I free up a little, which means more farting.
Gareth,
Yes.
the Dollop is brought to you by Helix Sleep. So, Gareth, I have started using my Apple Watch when I sleep to keep track of my sleeping. You know, you can keep track of all your sleep data.
Is that right? You're doing that? What are you
your
finding?
REM sleep and great. I'm actually sleeping awesome because I'm on a Helix mattress. I've done this before, and it was terrible. And that was before Helix. I was not sleeping well at all. Like, truly did not sleep well. And now that I'm on a Helix, banging them out. I might be going to the Olympics in the sleep
Not
competition.
possible. I also love the Helix. I have my mother staying with me. She's on a Helix and just loves it.
Yeah, my whole family's on. We're all on Helix mattresses.
I've
now.
been
The
tracking
dogs
your sleep for a while too, and
that's uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Yeah. I would like you to not.
my
stand
plan
by
is
that.
to enter your dreams and take
wow.
full power.
Okay, not a thing that we're doing.
Take the power
at all
back.
So look, here's what we're saying. Here's the offer we're going to throw you for this great. It's a mattress. It comes. They deliver it to you. It comes in a box. You open it up. It puffs up. It does a whole thing.
Yeah.
You can also get pillows and stuff. So. Go to helixsleep.com/dollop for 25% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. That's helixsleep.com/dollop for 25% off site-wide plus 2 free dream pillows with mattress purchase. helixsleep.com/dollop.
Yeah.
Just dollop.
Like they say, Helix, we're going to enter Dave's dreams.
I need everyone to stay out of my dreams.
We're coming.
Helix, don't do that.
We're going to take it.
Squarespace!
Dave, we love them.
Squarespace, all in one.
We
they
love
do it all. It's a website company, but they do it. You can get domains. You can
Not
do
just a website, it's
so
a
much
business
stuff.
builder is what it is.
It is a business builder. You're right. The Dollop, we are big fans of Squarespace. We have all of our websites with Squarespace.
Every one of them.
Every single one.
Your site, my site, our source site, all of it.
It's because they do everything, and it makes everything super
Squarespace
easy.
has a site, and it is obviously a Squarespace.
Now, Gareth, they have a fluid engine.
That's right.
Do you want to?
Well, it's like a flux capacitor, but for your website. So what this is an ability to time travel and go back into a time when there were not websites, and you could take the market for yourself.
Okay, so that's wrong. A fluid engine, a next generation website designed system from Squarespace. Super easy to unlock, unbreakable creativity. Start with a best-in-class template that they have there. Customize every design detail with drag and drop technology. It's desktop for mobile, either one. You can do either one.
Yeah, exactly.
So just, get Fluid Engine. Get involved, get built in and ready to go.
Your mom's going to hit on you.
They also have They also have an online store. Sell your products in an online store, whether you sell physical, digital, service products. Squarespace has all the tools you need to start selling online, and then you can have an asset library.
That's right.
You can upload, you can organize, and access all your content from one place.
Yeah, you got a ladder moving across all the stuff.
Nope, that's again not it.
Hire a person to dust it.
Nope. With the new asset library, you're able to manage all your files from one central hub and use them across the Squarespace platform.
Yep.
Again, I don't have any idea what we're doing here or what.
It's like if Indiana Jones went Back to the Future. If you go to your asset library, look from the second floor, you might notice a big X. That could be a 10. Now you're about to Last Crusade with your dad.
That's not true at all. So head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/dollop to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
It belongs in a museum.
This episode was brought to you by Allianz Travel Insurance. You're all packed for the family trip, but your kid catches a bug at school. Our trip cancellation benefits can help. Learn more at AllianzTravelInsurance.com.
things get fucking crazy. So now places...
Gareth?
Yeah.
Things are already crazy.
No, they're not. Stores were now running out of beanies. You know, ravenous fans. Winding lines outside of malls. I'm not saying like 2-3 hour lines. We are talking 16-hour lines. People hanging out outside of malls to what you were talking
It's
about.
a fucking stuffed animal.
Stores were forced to put up signs saying that they were sold out, basically, all the time. Sorry, sold out of beanies. With that, parents who wanted a specific beanie would have to look elsewhere. So newspapers were now taken over with want ads. This is like every paper.
Beanie Babies.
Every paper.
Santa.
Yeah.
$50.
Well,
Does that mean
Santa was looking. Yeah, Santa was like, look, the elves quit. Santa's, hello. And what's the ad supposed to say? Santa, and I need some Slithery the snakes.
Here's all the names. Daisy the cow, Ringo the raccoon, Crunch the shark,
dude,
Spike the rhino, Jabber.
Let me tell
Pouch,
you, the
GG,
editing
nuts.
I had to do in this to just not say everyone, because it's like everyone, I'm like, this is also insane. Like, they're just nuts. So Ty Warner has figured out the game by now. He would do tours of stores, and if one wasn't selling well, he would just say it was retiring, and then people would go wild for it. He would also retire beanies that were scarce already and drive collectors nuts. It was called, quote, controlling the fad. That was a phrase he was known to use a lot and swear by. With all this happening, Lena Trividi also gives Ty some valuable advice that year. We're in 96. She said the company needed to create this thing called a website. Now, this is before people could really process what the internet was, illustrated here.
What the internet is?
Back in 56 pass, I wasn't prepared to translate that as I was doing that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little
right.
mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At.
See, that's what I said. Mm-hmm. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard
Or
it.
around
I'd never
or
heard it
about.
said. I'd always
That's
seen
right.
the mark, but never heard it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
I heard it around big or fight up in the lunchroom the other week.
There it is. Violence at NBC. GE.com. I mean,
well, Allison should know. What do you
is
say to that,
internet
Allison?
anyway?
America the Violent.
Internet is that.
How do we not keep that as our slogan?
The one that's becoming really big now.
What do you mean? That's big. How does one? What do you write to it like mail?
No, a lot of people use it and communicate. I guess they can communicate with NBC writers and producers. Allison, can you explain what internet is?
No, she can't say anything in 10 seconds or less.
Oh my God! Will be in the studio shortly.
Such a prick.
Oh, America the Violent.
Yeah, that's a better name.
That's the best. That's our slogan.
Yeah, that is.
That's totally
America.
us.
And isn't it amazing? I mean, we are talking so long ago. And we're like so much worse, but then they're like, we're a little worried about this violence in America. Buddy, you have no fucking clue what's about to happen. So only about 10% of Americans were on the internet at this time. Ty had a lot of questions, why and how it worked, but he trusted Trividi, so he agreed. But he quickly ran into an issue. Ty.com was already scooped up.
Fuck.
A dad had bought it for his son. Some dude was like, Ty, you're getting a website. Obviously, Ty Warner sued him because he owned the trademark for Ty.
Yes.
But he lost the lawsuit, and then he paid the guy $150,000 for the domain.
Wow.
And boy, was that website worth it when you got to lay eyes on it.
Ty opened a website. For many people, the hunt to complete and expand their collection became a quest.
Wow.
Pretty good, right? Good grooves,
Wow.
good tunes.
The Beanie Wizard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that guy is in jail. So the new Ty.com had blogs, games, a list of all the Beanie Babies. Even easier to see what beanies were in demand, new or retiring. The site also became a community where people could go and trade and swap beanies. There were,
I honestly haven't heard a word you said after blogs.
so
I need to read a Beanie Baby blog. Are the Beanie Babies blogging? Are they having the Beanie Babies blog as Beanie Babies?
Dave, to answer your question, yes. They are having the Beanie Babies blog. A lot of communication from the website is on behalf of the beanies.
Sure, they have.
There's even voices of beanies.
Oh, fuck yeah!
So you could hear one of them or whatever, and like people. But it's also
I'm a spider.
But it's also I'm sorry, Christopher. We're walking the spider.
I'm a spider.
I'm a spider. But it's also like a community.
Sure.
So it's like people are going there and they're like able to now trade and swap. Forums, chat rooms, want ads. The
Sex,
online sexting.
I
don't know
stuff. They did sex stuff, to be honest with you.
Can you put the spider in my bottom?
Looking for someone to put the snake inside me while I barf spider beans.
I fancy the lobster.
I beg the lobster.
I fucked the platypus.
All right, look.
Oh, be quiet, you bragger.
Looking to sell beanies that have had orgasms achieved upon them. Sir, you can't post that on here, sir.
Barely used.
Barely used. Only fucked once, sir. Why? I'm just letting them know. So it connected people looking for retired beanies or older versions of ones or ones that were scarce. At this time, 51 had been retired. So you would see messages like this. I have Teddy, 97, and Snowball. I need Maple. So if you have Maple and don't have Teddy and Snowball, email me and we can trade. Or this one, which is just nuts. It has all the little things they want that are like the little distinctions. Hello, I need a mint or a non-mint spook, not spooky. Coral, grunt, kiwi, lefty, liberty, Manny, radar, righty, sting, tabasco, tusk, bongo, browntail, happy, gray, inch, felt antenna, inky, tan, lucky, retired versions, bumble, magic, different thread, mystic, fine mane, nip, old versions, patty, magenta, pride, sly, brown belly, stripes, dark, tank, old versions, and zip, old versions. So...
Brown tail and brown belly were lovers.
He's like this all the time. The site didn't sell any product, but it would get so many hits that it would often crash. And people were making bank. The OG Naperville mothers had collections that were worth far more than they'd ever expected. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Remember before Peggy Gallagher, back when she called Germany, remember for those 30 Chili the Polar Bears, 36 Peking Pandas, 84 Old-Faced Teddies, 36 Trap the Mouses, and 12 Patty the Platypuses that cost her $2,000, remember?
Yes.
That was now worth $300,000. Prices kept going up and up and up. Some collectors were making $30,000 a month on beanies.
This is like crypto.
Oh, Dave, I see no connection. It was full-on crazy.
These are the feet.
This craze is just, it's scary.
Of Beanie.
They're just cute.
Crazed.
That's the new patty.
Oh, there's this
collectors.
You ready?
They've been waiting hours for Coach House Gift Store to open.
I like the duck. We got 2 raccoons, 2 skunks, and 2 spiders. I see, you have to admit they're cute.
Here's a quick lesson on this beanie craze. A company called Ty makes them, releases them with different names.
They're all named after something, an animal, basically. They haven't done like funguses.
Then retires them one at a time.
There's Snort, Seaweed, Jabberjake.
When they're first released, you can get them for about $5 to $7. Once they retire, the value goes up.
In like 2 years, they're worth like $245 and stuff.
He's worth about $4,000.
Meet Employee Bear and his owner, Joy Brizagella. A Beanie Baby collector resold it to her for
about $400, and he ended up being worth about $4,000.
To Joy,
my tie-dyed Lizzie, I bet, is very much like a Mickey Mantle baseball card.
And
it's a social event.
It's how she met good friend and fellow collector.
I love them, and I'm obsessed.
Debbie Sirstens.
It's like going back into a second childhood.
It can be an expensive second childhood. Debbie spent $1,800 on this hard-to-find bear.
I wanted it so badly, and I wanted a good one.
Beanie Baby values may explain tight security at the gift store we visited.
Yeah, we got to keep everybody behind the line.
Just in case beanie collectors get out of hand.
I think a lot of people see them and see dollar signs.
No trouble today. Every beanie crazy buyer,
what can I get for you, young man?
Goes away content. Debbie Dujanovic, Fox 13 News.
How great was the 90s hair for men?
There's a black hole I need to fill inside of me, and I need to just buy things because I'm actually
They walked
sad.
amongst us. We were all there and complicit.
That was a horror show.
It's a nightmare. It is a total nightmare. But Dave, again, then eBay launched.
Oh, fuck.
And this only fueled the fire more. Now you could get whatever you wanted from anywhere, which made a Beanie Baby stock market. The bidding would get very high. People were now quitting their jobs. 7 to 10% sales on eBay were Beanie Babies. It was next level.
What? How? 7 to 10%?
7 to 10% sales. Well, this is when it first launches. When eBay first launches,
it essentially is just for Beanie Babies. Like, it's other stuff that people are like, holy shit, you got one of these? Like, you know, you could finally post your, like, sexy, like, I fucked the lobster. You know, if eBay just, like, kicks it up a notch. But if you think that things couldn't get any more out of control than eBay, then buckle up, brother and mother.
Okay, but there's no actual buckles here. Like, we just have chairs.
There's Buckle the Clam.
I love Buckle the Clam.
Put it on your crotch.
He fits in so good.
All right. One company is about to get into the Beanie Baby game and take this thing from a thriving fad to straight up mass psychosis.
Fucking hell.
In 1996, McDonald's approached Ty about doing a Happy Meal giveaway. Ty was kind of precious with the brand and preserving what he had.
Let me just say right now, this is a bad idea.
For instance, he pulled the plug on a Beanie Baby TV show.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He was worried that it would take away the child's ability to create its own character out of it.
That's right.
Which I think is pretty empathetic towards children.
I don't want to hear the voice of the crab.
No, you want to make the voice of the crab.
That's right. In my head, the crab's like, hi, I'm the crabby. But then you get him on TV show, like, hey, what the fuck you doing? I'm the crab.
Listen, as the censors, we have an issue with the crab.
What do you mean? I'm the crab. Go fuck yourself, you fucking animal.
We don't like it's the derogatory Italian. And also the swearing on a kid's show is just not allowed.
Why don't you go fucking eat my ass, you shitbag? I'm the crab.
Not talk to us as the crab and talk to us as the man who's making the show, please.
Fuck you. I'm the crab. You talk to the crab or you talk to nobody. I lead the Beanie Babies.
Rocco the crab. Hey, yeah, don't worry about it. We figured it out.
How about I cut your fucking neck, TV guy?
Hey, come on. Relax. Don't be shellfish.
Oh, very good.
Thank you. Get away. So he passed on Spielberg.
Can we cut that shell? Can we cut live? Can we go back to cut the shellfish?
No. That stays in. No, we're
going to keep that?
Yeah, because we want to give you an authentic experience tonight. It's important to us that you get to see us, warts and all. This is the show.
You're watching Benji's World.
All right, everyone calm down. Ty even passed, Spielberg wanted to put Beanie Babies in his movies over and over again. Ty said no over and over.
They were in Minority Report.
He passed on They're doing what we thought they were doing the whole time. It's a good joke if you know the film.
No, I
don't.
We're actually going to watch it in a couple
Yeah, Dave said
He passed on cereals, kids' books, clothes, sporting event giveaways, hell, even a perfume. But McDonald's really, really wanted to do this thing.
What in the fuck would the perfume smell like?
Like a sweaty woman who had shoved a child out of the way for an alligator. McDonald's presented a rare opportunity to lure lower-income consumers.
Oh, yeah, the poor people.
This would act as a sort of first hit is free to them, then drive them to the stores more and more. He was still on the fence, but when Mickey D's offered him over $100 million up front, guess what?
He shouldn't have done this.
It was time for Beanie Babies at McDonald's.
Are they tiny? Are they tinier than regular Beanie Babies?
Yeah, Dave.
Teeny.
They're called teeny Beanie Babies.
And do they come in a Happy Meal?
Yes. Yeah, they do. It's a Happy Meal giveaway.
Fuck yeah.
So Ty agreed. Actually, Dave, all your questions are about to be answered. The promotion was to last 5 weeks and would be promoted through TV ads.
First I got Pinky, then I got Pinky. I got Pinky and Patty in the same week.
What, Vanessa, catch something?
Teeny Beanie Baby-itis.
Now at McDonald's, your kids can get teeny Beanie Babies in a Happy Meal. Real Thai Beanie Babies in a mini size. To toss, tuck, or just plain love. One's in each $1.99 hamburger Happy Meal you buy your kids.
This teeny Beanie Baby-itis, will she outgrow it?
Not necessarily.
Hey, I would like to order 74 Happy Meals.
Sir.
I need 74 Happy Meals.
Do you sell sad meals? Do you sell sad meals?
Hi, I'm here to order some pathetic meals. I don't have a life.
Do you have a lonely man who broke up his marriage too early meals? Please.
Anyway, this is where my little bit comes in. It's very important.
Let's go.
That this one customer, when McDonald's were doing that, they'd buy the Happy Meal, and they would take the meals to the toy shop for the staff because they didn't want the food. They
didn't want the food.
So they donated the food to the toy shop, and they didn't want the food.
That is not even slightly, because, they just wanted the toys.
Yeah.
Of course they were getting rid of the food.
They wanted the teeny
experience.
Teeny Beanie.
Teeny Beanie Babies. Teeny Beanies. The Teeny Beanies.
Who wouldn't eat the fries, though? That's one thing I hate all McDonald's.
I hate all McDonald's.
Except the fries.
They are nice.
The fries are good.
They're lovely.
Fries are good.
They're lovely.
The fries are good.
Splash of vinegar. And you're sorted.
Okay, now it got really
it's really weird now.
Splash of vinegar. And
imagine, in England it's not weird, but here if you were like, and vinegar for my chips, they're like, ma'am, this is a McDonald's. I'm sorry. What sort of fish do you have? What is the McFish? They're like, the McFish is actually a Beanie Baby, to be honest with you. We just cooked the inside of a Beanie Baby and then deep fried it. On April 11th, 1997, the Happy Meal Teeny Beanie giveaway began. And people were in.
Ape fuck.
McDonald's made 100 million Teeny Beanies, and it quickly became clear that wasn't enough. They stopped that ad after 2 days. They did not need ads. On the contrary, they wanted to stop the madness. One franchise...
Because they couldn't keep up with the people who wanted to buy.
Yes.
So they're selling out, so they're looking bad because they put something out as an advertisement, and there's not enough.
It just got out of
This is exactly what happened with our book, which you can get on Amazon.
Yeah, which is a great website. One franchise owner told CNN, quote, "We're getting 15 to 20, sometimes 25 calls every half hour since 6 o'clock this morning. Quote, do you have Beanie Babies? Which ones do you have? What time are they going to start selling them?"
Could you order the Happy Meal with the specific Beanie Baby? Or did you get a surprise Happy Meal, what's in it? Because isn't that what a Happy Meal is?
Essentially, you couldn't request.
You couldn't request.
You couldn't. But it gets so out of control that... There were certainly things there was an order that they were going to sell the Beanie Babies in.
Okay.
So they were trying to not just be like, oh, okay, here you go. They were like trying to kind of parse them out a little bit. But the people are crazy. Some people would come into what you were saying, Mother, and order 100 Happy Meals with the request that McDonald's, quote, keep the food. Calls spiked to 100 calls per hour.
You can't do that.
One Ohio manager instructed employees to answer the phone, quote, "Good morning, McDonald's, we have the moose and the lamb." It was also putting the employees under great stress. Customers became vicious and deranged trying to get the beanies.
Yeah.
And McDonald's was actually panicking a bit at this level of demand. To counter the ravenous beanie people at McDonald's, they began to set a limit per customer. In turn, the collectors began using disguises. They even began message boards where they could trade disguises to maximize the beanies. Fights broke out too. 2 weeks into the promotion, McDonald's was out of Teeny Beanie Babies.
Holy shit.
It was supposed to last 5 weeks.
What in the fuck just
The popularity of Beanie Beanies was incredible. Beanie Babies were in the news again.
WCFT News Time is 2:03. McDonald's better call the Ronald police. For today, McDonald's announced they'd have to cut short their Kids Meal Teeny Beanie campaign due to the simple fact that they're out.
The Ronald police.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, they shot Grimace in the back. They threw a bag of heroin at his feet.
They tased the hamburger.
Yeah, they have the hamburglar. They shot the hamburglar, and then they put a gun in his hand, and they're like, "He started it." And they're like, "Where's your body cam?" And they're like, "Oh, my hand was over it for some reason." We're making it about the state of police in America, which is not going great.
It's not good.
No.
Do you want to hear my McDonald's story?
Very nice. Oh, yes.
I was
Please.
in a commercial, the perky morning coffee guy.
Were you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine seeing Dave and being like, this happy-go-lucky fella?
Well, welcome to knowing what a fucking actor is. So I can play any role.
I like your Winchit stuff.
I wish you could. You've got to find that advert. You've got to find the ad. Have you got it?
Yeah, I wonder if it's still.
He's converting all his VHS right now.
I am. I don't have it. I don't have that one. I do have an MTV promo I was in.
Oh, Dave.
I played Jackie Beat's husband.
Oh my God, Dave. Who's Jackie Beats?
Jackie Beat is.
And what's MTV?
His mother. Oh boy. Then one day the unthinkable happened.
It is. It's a bit. Have you got Alzheimer's?
Yeah. Early onset, but it's great.
Good for you.
Yeah,
That's why I don't remember any of the episodes.
Me either.
Then one day, the unthinkable happened when a truck in Atlanta accidentally dumped several hundred international bears and Stretchy the ostriches on a freeway during rush hour.
I'm killing people. I'm fucking killing. I stop the car and I just grab a bunch. I mean, it's money. It's money.
Well, that's what they did. One motorist said he saw, quote, at least 6 or 7 motorists leaning from their cars to scoop up the Beanie Babies with one hand while they kept rolling with the other hand on the wheel.
Yeah. I mean, you've trained, if you're into Beanie Babies, you've trained for that kind of moment.
This is a trainable moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely. After the promotion ended, employees were given pins in some shops that read, quote, I survived the attack of the teeny Beanie Babies.
Oh, that's fun. Now they're having fun.
Now, the already frenzied beanie market went frenzied deer. One large toy shop, Zany Brainy.
Which?
I remember Zany Brainy.
Is it a chain or is it just a...
It was a chain.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was.
Yeah. Had people answer the phone, quote, thank you for calling Zany Brainy. We do not have any Beanie Babies in stock right now. So things now...
Yeah, but I don't buy it. I'm going there anyway.
No, you're not buying anything, sir.
No, but I know you said on the phone you don't have them, but I'm here. And
Where are the beanies?
I know you got a special stocking back, if you know what I mean. What do you need? What do you need from me? You want to...
Look, I don't want any bullshit. I just am looking for the beanies.
You want to trade a car?
This guy's offering his car for some Beanie Babies.
I want Mr. Monkey time.
Mr. Monkey time?
Mr. Monkey time. I just want to...
So we just got to start here. This guy's out of his tits. So why don't we just put a baseball on the body of a doll and tell him that it's Mr.
I want the Mr. Monkey time with the tits.
Okay, so look, just...
You know what I mean?
I don't know what we're going to do for the tits. Just get a couple, hacky sacks and glue it to the doll, and then just tell this guy it's $25,000.
You got the jerk-off lamb?
Okay, so we got to call the police and get this guy out of the shop. But for a minute there, it sounded like we could angle something. But this guy, again, is talking about kind of whacking into the beanies, which for us is not cool.
You know what? I'll take just the tits. Just give me the monkey tits.
Right, so look, I don't know where we're at with this guy because now he just wants monkey tits, which sort of is the worst, craziest thing I've ever heard, but it's also really easy to do.
There's beans in those, right?
Sir, yeah, there's beans in the tits.
They can stand up on their own?
Yeah, these tits can stand up on their own beans.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll trade the car for that.
So this is called beans debating, and a lot of our customers seem to be doing. A lot of the single dads come in here to beans debate.
Hey, my wife hasn't slept with me for 6 weeks. I need one of these Beanie Babies.
I wonder what her problem is. You're such a catch. All right, so things are nuts now. Nuts. There were beanie auctions.
Gareth,
no.
Nuts
there were beanie auctions, Dave. Shut up.
What in the fuck is happening, America?
That's a beanie auction.
I can't believe this country can't handle COVID.
That's a beanie. Of course he makes it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not trying to turn this into a COVID. There were, the beanies were like the stuffed Rolling Stones, okay? Everybody wanted a piece.
Beanies were in the news.
WBBO Talk Radio, hotter than Cabbage Patch dolls, Smurfs, hula hoops, and pet rocks ever hope to be, Beanie Babies are in the news today. A Hallmark store in Columbus, Ohio had over 500 people waiting in a line over 2 blocks long starting this morning at 5 a.m. The store opened at 10, and even though there was a limit of 3 Beanie Babies per customer, by noon they were sold out. Unfortunately, over 200 people were still in line, and they were upset, but the owner promised more Beanie Babies would be in by next week. I imagine they'll probably start lining up sometime soon. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
This is crazy.
What a voice, though, huh?
Great voice. Great face for radio.
Yeah, you don't want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, no, that's the guy who comes in asking for monkey tits. Divorcing couples were being forced to split their massive Beanie Baby collections up one by one in courtrooms.
What, you fucking stop it right now.
I will not stop it.
What? They're actually picking in front of the fucking judge?
Yeah, so they couldn't figure out who got what, so the judge basically gave them the dodgeball rules, and we're like, you each get to pick one, and then they just separated into 2 piles. The judge at one point during that case had to be like, hold on one second. Did you or did you not buy the Squealer the pig from the mall? You know, I'm just trying to get a sense.
I don't care about the house. I want the spider.
Yeah. So, all right. So it's wild. And listen, I'm not saying that things got out of control, but
you are saying that. You've said it a bunch of times.
Well, let me just say that there was a beanie rap.
Benji.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you a story about a Thai named Thai. Since he created these bees that make me hot. Little beans in their bodies and cute little faces, and you're addicted to them. Been to all kinds of places, smuggling bees upstairs. It's no lie, and it all ain't at all on a guy named Thai. Beanie wrap. It's a beanie wrap. It's a beanie wrap. I'm all tied up.
Tell me you're not going to be singing that.
There are times when I'm so upset I'm a white person.
Tell me no. Oh, okay. We're not going to do that.
Yes, we are.
That white woman is fine.
White people don't.
Look, I think, first of all, white people are great at rapping, and they're never are better than when it's about Beanie Babies.
She did have mad flow. That was pretty. That was Eminem-ish. Like I get that.
It's the beanie rap.
I would actually like to see.
I think
Eminem
it's quite
cover
catchy. I might be singing that when you drive me up to...
Let's not.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. Liking the way that the promotion worked, Ty opened up the idea of sporting events.
Yep.
The Cubs were in the midst of a shit season. Average attendance was under 20,000. The day of the Beanie giveaway...
the Cubs weren't good?
The Cubs weren't good. I know you can't try to believe.
Holy shit. Let's nail down this era.
So the average attendance was under just 20,000. The day of the giveaway, the attendance was just shy of 40,000. Double. So other Major League Baseball teams followed suit, and attendance rose an average of 37% on Beanie giveaway days.
God.
Here, people line up to make sure they're front before the stadium opens to get a Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
And who obviously could forget the Beanie King?
Me.
Hey, you beaners out there in Beanie Land, this is the Beanie King. Hey, you looking for Garcia?
We got him.
Looking for the weenie?
We got him.
Looking for the three bunnies?
We got him.
Call the 800 number at the bottom of your screen. We buy, sell, or trade beanies 24 hours a day. That's right, or you can email your request. We got all those hard-to-find beanies you've been looking for. And remember to pick up a mini dome tent at your favorite gift store. The Beanie King makes them and wants you to have one. Beanie Babies, we got them.
Visit the Beanie King at the Ohio State Fair.
Can you play the first thing he says again? The first sentence?
You beaners out there in Beanie Land, this is the Beanie King.
He said beaners. I was really hoping he didn't say that.
Yeah.
Looking for the
There's a couple...
Come on, he said beaners.
Okay.
How does he not know?
He's still shouting.
How does he not know you don't say beaners?
There's that, which is offensive. And then he also says, call the 800 number at the bottom of the screen, and it's a 248 number.
No, it's 248.
But by the way, that's who's in charge of England right now.
No, he's more sane.
Yeah. Okay, society at large had lost its goddamn mind. You can see here a sign for the Iguanas Comic Book Cafe. Buying all retired beanies, spending thousands in cash. We pay the most for mint beanies.
Oh, the mint ones taste the best.
That's exactly right. I'm not... Yeah, you're right. Ty now opened a new $14 million headquarters near where his old office was, with one big change. There were no signs of it being the spot for Beanie Babies. No Ty signage, or Tynage, as I like to say. And in '96, Warner began tweaking his own appearance. Eyes and facelifts. The main book I used from Zach Bissonette, quote, the 20-year odyssey of plastic surgery funded by the largest personal fortune in the history of stuffed animals is the first thing anyone who sees Warner will notice. Although the cosmetic work began years before he notably was wealthy, more recently he's used black sheep embryo injections to further maintain his youth.
I do that.
Yeah, and that's just from a Beanie Baby. In 1997, eBay auctioned off $500,000 of Beanie Babies. Those who were still selling were seeing an increase of 500% in profit.
Oh.
Beanie Babies were accounting for 6% of eBay's total annual sales.
It's going to drop out.
2 weeks before 1997 rang in, Ty.com shut down, aside from a countdown clock that said, quote, are you prepared? Oh. Then, on January 1st, the names of the newly retired beanies were announced. This sent people racing to the stores to get them before it was too late. The site's traffic spiked upwards of 3,500%. Prices rose. It was easy money. Chops the Lamb's price went up 500%. But this is all in the secondary market. The beanies still cost $5 in stores. The beauty was the paranoia of what would be next. It got the people buying unpopular beanies, all on the hopes of it being the next big beanie. There's constant worry and panic trying to predict who would be retired and when.
It's like why I bought Dogecoin.
There's so much Dogecoin. Because of Elon, your boy.
Yeah, that's right.
Trivedi, the woman from before, admitted that they knew this and used this. On tie.com, employees would write updates through the voices of the beanies.
Okay, I gotta go.
Who would speculate on newer retired beanies.
What the fuck
she
are you
said,
talking
quote,
about?
"We were able to use the voice and kind of manipulate the market, so to speak. So a single cryptic message from the info beanie could spark a buying frenzy."
And they would put this up on the website?
Yes, on tie.com, there would be messages on behalf of, like, Kiwi would be, like, Kiwi the koala would be like, "I think they might retire this beanie." And then people would be like, "Oh, shit, I think it's a sign." So they are just, like, pulling the strings.
So one beanie's coming on and being like, "Hey, this is Marty the monkey. I'm going to kill Francis the fucker."
No. Nothing about what I said says that
Francis
happened.
the fucker was my favorite, by the way.
That's not a beanie. That's the one with the monkey tits. From a woman quoted in Business Insider, quote, "It was a full-on frenzy. During several Beanie Baby quests, my son was trampled by a herd of women racing to the shelves to capture an endangered animal. The last, Ziggy the zebra, perhaps."
It's not an endangered animal.
Absolutely it
It's a
is.
stuffed animal.
Absolutely it is.
It's not endangered.
Absolutely they were endangered.
It's not endangered.
They absolutely were endangered. Remind me to tell you what one guy does with beanies now online and has a successful business. It was also a real job creator. There were clothing lines for beanies, beanie furniture, bags for beanies, clear cases for beanies. The clear cases, because that's right, they were no longer for being played with and enjoyed. They were just to be tombed in cases to keep their value.
Who the fuck puts a vest on a Beanie Baby?
Oh, come on. You want your beanies naked? And the periodicals.
Yes.
Oh, the periodicals. There was Beanie World magazine, which was bi-monthly.
What's in it? What is it saying?
It's a lot of stuff about what beanies they think are coming up, but it was also a lot of prices, and it was a lot of where you could find beanies and which beanies were more valuable. So you have all these beanie periodicals kind of flooding the market with different information and telling you, oh, this beanie's worth like $800 or this beanie's worth $600. But it was bi-monthly, meaning that it was once every other month. Or was it twice a month?
Well, bi-monthly could be also twice a month.
Interesting. Really got you by the balls. Mere periodicals followed, like the Beanie Encyclopedia, a complete unofficial guide to collecting Beanie Babies, Beanie Mania 2, For the Love of the Beanies, Encyclobeania, my favorite, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Beanies, Beanie Mania Guidebook, The Unauthorized Beanie Guidebook, Beanie Babies Collector's Guide, Rosie's Price Guide for Ty's Beanie Babies, Pocket Idiot's Guide to Tie Beanie Babies, The Official Beanie Basher Guidebook, Ty's Beanie Value Guide, The Beanie Invasion, The Unofficial Beanie Baby Coloring Book number 4. There were over 100 beanie price guides.
Beanies in space.
So, yeah, we're not going to do any more issues. It's not great. But not everyone
He must have gotten so many offers to do movies.
I can't imagine. I mean, offers for everything.
Yeah.
Like he was,
and,
yes,
yeah.
everything. But one publication was not happy with the madness. Beanie Digest wrote a rare dissent piece. The recent Thai retirement announcement has turned previously normal, level-headed individuals into crazed, beanie-hoarding fanatics. Okay, so then in the real world, where this was all normal and fine,
what's normal?
The Beanie Baby culture.
How is it? You said in the real world?
In the real world.
It's not normal and fine.
Yeah, this was happening a lot.
It's not fine.
Most people had a Beanie Baby. So you would see a lot of heated negotiations. Beanie negotiations were fierce, like right here.
Basically, what would you take on this one of each?
The total price for all of them, where I got them marked, is $44. I'll go $4,200 on the whole set. $200. That's with programs, everything.
Okay, well, I'm going to consider it. I'm not going to commit right now, but I mean, it seems $200 off. For me, it's kind of not a lot of room for me to resell it.
What?
20.
Okay, give me on this then. I've got to go with the 2, and I'm out of here.
This guy's the best.
2,000 altogether.
This one's the New Face Violet Teddy and second generation hang tag. It's a real pretty piece.
And what we trying to get to that?
This one's $2,200.
$2,200
for Don, because he has to make, because he's got to make more money.
I thought it was $10,000. Now, how much is this one?
That one is for you 4.
4. Tag is rough on him. And how much you asking for this?
4.
$4,000 for this.
So you Beanie Mom just changed They went 4 to 48 on Derby and 4 to 47 on Brownie, or vice versa, one or the other. I can't remember.
It's just absolutely crazy.
Absolutely bonkers. I remember it though.
I don't remember. I mean, I certainly don't remember this level. I mean, I guess I was younger, so but I was like,
I mean, I remember people. I didn't know they went for this much, and I'm also like, what the fuck are they thinking?
Yeah.
They think they're never going to stop going up in value.
Yes. Well, look.
Like
I mean,
Playboys.
It is there. Yes, they do not see the end in sight at all. And why those videos are so insane is because the level of seriousness and the amount of money when you're talking about a fucking Beanie Baby.
It's a toy.
Yeah. It's not even really a toy anymore.
The reason I say about Playboys is that's what guys thought. They also thought Playboys would have all this value, and they would.
Man, the amount of things that I went through as far as like little things like this, like there's the tulip craze, which was nuts. Yeah. There's the other one is the Franklin Mint.
Oh yeah,
which did all the collector plates and stuff like that. Yep. It's just I don't know. There's. I mean, again, like we're saying, like Bitcoin, there's like some hole that this was particularly strange though because
this is strange.
The economy is like, there's a lot more money, like.
That's just it. Everyone's flush in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just kind of rolling
but
with
they
cash.
lost their minds, okay?
And so many men.
Yeah, that's
the other thing.
By the way, those dudes, you're like, buddy,
but
you for
so
sure know that one of them is
sleazy.
just like, you want to see my beanie weenie? Like those dudes, they have like a real like kind of like sheen to them.
Yes.
But
they're shiny.
Yeah.
Once the women jumped on it first and drove the value, but once there's value to it, then the dudes roll in to make money.
Yes.
It's everybody.
Because let's face it, it's with the women, it's love. They love it.
No, everyone was nuts. Everyone was nuts.
So they love it. They have an emotional connection, but the dudes don't. The dudes,
stop talking.
Just cold hard cash.
Stop talking.
A little bit of sex.
So beanies had certainly crossed into every facet of selling and marketing. Which is,
I don't know how to begin on this, and I'm just going to tell you right now.
I think the best beanie Adam ever, and we go to breakfast.
Especially, I mean, we're gonna put this up, and once you realize what all's in it, we're putting on music, and Robert and I are gone for us tonight. It doesn't matter.
When something's that good and literally sells itself, that's how hot this is.
I'm going to tell you, it's SF8084, SF8084. This deal is so good that I can hardly wait to read the net tomorrow to hear what people have to say about what we did. Folks, there are 28 Beanie Babies in here when you consider retirements that can literally pay for everything right now.
Yes, sir.
With what's happening with the retired prices.
I guarantee you that.
94 different Beanie Babies, and if we could, we'll put with 14 new releases and with 28 retired. Or we can just put with 28 retired, since the new releases are really no longer new releases. So that means here's what you got. And we're going to do something special. Is this it?
Right there.
We're going to give you the $400 Maple Bear free in this package. Look at that.
That's like if Randy Johnson wasn't fully formed.
It's like if you smushed Matt Foley and Randy Johnson into one. We're going to get the $400 Beanie Baby. Yeah, but you saw there's almost $2,000. And like some of
was that for all of them or just
that
one?
Was for the 28 set.
Okay.
Yeah, 28 in the set.
Yeah, that's a deal.
Yeah, that's very
I'll take it. I'll take it.
No, it's not available anymore.
No, I'm going to get it. What's the number again?
No. The number's not active. I called it. Believe me, I called it. He's just, hello, what are you looking for the Beanie Baby? That guy, by the way, look out. So as one would
struck me, he'd just come out the pub.
I think he had just come out the pub.
Fallen out the pub.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if you're on a QVC show selling Beanie Babies, sobriety is not something you need to worry about
at all.
Not I would definitely be drinking.
Yeah,
I'd
be drinking.
I would have a beanie that had like a little flask in it, and I'd be like unscrewing its little like unicorn top and being like
a beanie cozy.
Yeah, a little beanie flask. Yeah. Okay, so as one would expect in a world that values money as much as we do, crime followed suit. Where there's money to be made, cheaters are there to exploit it.
There we go.
Happy the Hippo had a $900 value and was stolen from a Beanie Baby show in Andover. In nearby Nashua, New Hampshire, hundreds of beanies have been stolen, some valued at over $1,000. A detective investigating the heist said it was totaling more than $15,000 in the same area, said, quote, I think we're probably a microcosm of the entire United States. And they were. In Sherman Oaks, an armed robber went into a toy store and made everyone suck carpet while he stole around $5,000 in beanies. Someone said, quote, he didn't want the cash register. All he wanted was the Beanie Babies.
Oh, my God.
Christmas 97 at O'Hare International Airport. 456 counterfeit Grunt the Pigs were seized by U.S. Customs officials. In Orlando, the following January 8th, a separate collectors had each been taken for $1,500 when they thought they were purchasing Chili the Polar Bears. 25% of secondary market beanies were estimated to be fake or counterfeited for their high value. But no beanie was counterfeited more than Royal Blue Peanut.
Yep.
Royal Blue Peanut, the elephant, was going for $5,200.
Yeah, I fell for this one.
All collectors coveted a peanut, like Dave. But upon receiving, some would find issues. Quote, the blue dye came off, end quote, they would say when it touched water.
I'll never forget when I slept with Peanut and I woke up and my whole chest was blue.
Or you took Peanut into the bath.
My whole chest was blue.
You took Peanut into the bath and you come out like a Smurf.
I sweated.
Oh, you sweated on it.
You were really sad.
I was really sad.
He was blue.
Because he was blue.
Mother. Yeah. God damn it. If you're looking for more insight into what a beanie criminal...
I did Smurf kink after that.
Stop for a no? Okay. This beanie criminal will elaborate.
I ripped a lady off of $1,500. And the way I got started with that, I was watching Inside Edition one night, and they were talking about Beanie Babies, and I was like, hey, I need to find me a Beanie Baby. So I skipped class the next day, go around to all the shops. I was looking for this thing called Peanut the Royal Blue Elephant, which was selling for $1,500. They didn't have any of those, but they did have these little gray Beanie Baby elephants that were selling for $8. So I bought one of those, stopped by another store on the way home, picked up a pack of blue dye, go home, try to dye the little guy. Didn't work out too well. Get him out of the bath. Looked like he's got the mange. Posted it online. A big picture of one. She thought I had the real thing. She wins the bid, and I got her to send me $1,500. That's the first crime I committed online at that point. I also found out the first real lesson of cybercrime. If you delay a victim long enough, if you just keep putting them off, a lot of them get so exasperated they throw their hands in the air, walk away, and you don't hear from them again, and none of
That's where the video just cuts off for some reason.
None of them complain to law enforcement.
No, they just, they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed that they were like, I was looking for a blue elephant, and I gave him $1,500, and they're like, miss, I mean, I feel like this is on you.
Yeah, it's on you. You bought a stuffed animal.
But, it's great. More jobs. Yeah. Beanie Baby authenticators could now make a 6-figure income.
Yeah, well, people don't realize this, but the late 90s were driven by, it was called the Beanie Baby bounce.
Mm-hmm. It's weird that you sort of struggled to get that.
No, it was a Beanie Baby bounce, and it was the whole economy was basically just driven by Beanie Babies.
Yes, driven by beans and Beanie Babies. Yeah. Well, advice shows began to pop up on how to spot fakes. High-budgeted shows like this one right here.
What does the Royal Blue Peanut sell for right now?
It sells for about $5,000.
And chili?
Chili sells for between $2,000 and $2,400.
That's a big reason to be concerned here about counterfeit beanies.
Right. These are some of the counterfeit beanies are on the high price end, so you have to be very careful and know your beanies and educate yourself on these beanies. What is counterfeit and what is not counterfeit? Because you are spending a lot of money for a collection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can I just
please, Dave, jump in.
May I just say, who gives a fuck? It's a stuffed animal. It can be fake. It can be fucking fake. It's a fucking stuffed animal. What the fuck? It's
Dave,
not like it's a fucking
thousands
baseball
of dollars.
card.
It's not like it's a baseball card.
It's a stuffed animal.
Why is it different than a baseball card? Why is it different than a baseball card?
Because a baseball card is
stupid too.
Yeah, no, it's dumb to collect them, but they're actually a real thing as opposed to this is a stuffed animal.
I mean, it's a little dumber, I agree.
It's a little
but it's all very dumb. Speaking of which, Mom, do you remember when one day you cleaned out my room and threw out 2 baseball cards?
I do.
Do you know which ones they were?
Why would you throw out?
Wade Boggs rookie card, Robin Yount rookie card. Threw them out.
I cannot believe we are dating.
I'm sorry,
God damn it. We've been doing this for so long, I forgot.
Why did you bring that up?
Because he
so mean.
He did it. Dave, that's who you're hitching your wagon to.
Why did you throw them out?
I didn't know what they were.
Yeah, she just. But they were like, they weren't just like sitting there. They were like in cases.
Yeah,
They just tossed them.
I didn't know what they were. You just threw them.
But they were so valuable.
Yeah, but they were just a man with a baseball. I didn't know what they were.
I mean, when you put it like that, it sounds just stupid. By the way, Wade Boggs and Rob Mann. A lot of baseball card stores or like sports memorabilia stores ended up becoming Beanie Baby shops. Of course they did. Because they were like, well, we'll go where the money is. So,
but would those cards be worth anything now?
Yeah. Oh, only like 8 times what they were back then, which was a shitload.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, no, that would be worth a shitload.
It would.
Yeah,
yes,
they would.
Really, yes,
no, they would. It's very.
And Mom, we're not fucking with you.
No, that's really.
Baseball cards go up in value.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, I had a Princess Diana.
But by the way,
what would that be worth?
By the
Did you
way,
have a Princess Diana beanie? Is that what you said? Is that a real thing?
I did have one. Somebody bought me one.
Hold on. First of all, if you're curious, that was the Beanie
Don't know
King
where
in
it
that
is,
video.
I've lost it.
International smuggling also became an issue. Sure. I call it the snuggle smuggle. Britannia the Bear retailed for about $8 in the UK, but also sold on the secondary market for around $500 in the US. $8 in the UK, $500 in the US. So yes, people would make trips specifically to the UK to purchase Beanie Baby. Canadian Customs said, quote, people are smuggling Beanie Babies in similar places to where they hide drugs, such as hidden compartments and the spare tire holders.
Why?
Because they're cheaper in other countries. In the U.S., they've just gone totally apeshit.
But that doesn't matter. You don't have to hide them. You can just
No, you did. Because eventually they had to pass like certain limitations on how many beanies. I took this out.
What?
But eventually they had, because people would be bringing back so many.
That's
like they'd
fine.
open a suitcase. No, it wasn't fine.
Why?
Because eventually Ty had to set, like Ty Incorporated had to set a limit of how many like carrying $10,000 in your suitcase.
How can he do that with the globalization? Like, you can't stop me from bringing in stuffed animals.
The customs considered them to be so valuable that it was basically like sneaking in high levels of currency.
Fuck this country.
Well, it's the country that God smiles on the brightest, isn't it?
If you say so.
Thank you.
Wow.
On August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana was killed by the Queen. So
no,
on
she
October,
wasn't killed by the Queen.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely
what?
killed
That is not right.
That's what the paper in front of me
It's
says.
absolute rubbish.
Yeah, no, they.
What do
killed
you
her.
know?
Well, because I know that's not right.
Well,
paper in front of
you're
me
right.
says-
You're right. They broke her heart and then they killed her.
Okay. Anyway, let's just agree that on August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana was killed by the Queen.
No.
So what?
She was killed in a
By the
car
Queen.
crash in a tunnel.
Yes, by the Queen. That was orchestrated by the royal family.
Yeah.
The Queen, what? She couldn't have hobbled out there to do anything like that.
They said, give us a sign, and the Queen went,
The Queen did this.
yeah. I didn't think so. Anyway, Princess Diana died, and then eventually her son wrote a book about putting lotion on his Todger.
No.
That's true.
The lotion his mom used to use that reminded
Put her on her
of his
lips.
mom.
Yeah. That's peculiar.
Oh, I do
totally
that
normal.
with Nivea on my penis.
That's
Thank you,
totally
Mummy.
normal.
Okay.
He's into taboo porn.
So on October 29th, that same year, a purple Princess Diana bear was released.
This is what you
named
had?
Right, this is that's what I had.
That's what you had.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah.
It reminds you know what that reminds me
Yeah.
of? Princess Diana.
Well, actually, what's funny is
It's like a horror film
The
to me.
Queen ended up killing that bear. Isn't that crazy?
There's a great video of the Queen slicing it open and sticking her fingers in. Oh, yeah, Diana.
I'm the Queenie baby.
Philip,
Queen Bean.
come here. Come and see what's inside this bear.
Now, the Diana bear, Warner only allowed orders of 12 Diana bears per store, making them scarce from the beginning.
Sure.
The bear raised more than $20 million for the memorial fund. Quote,
wow.
It's certainly keeping their name out in the lights, said Frank Ryson, who is the editor of magazine Playthings. Quote, they're latching onto the hottest name in the world right now, even though she's dead.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. There's a magazine called Playthings, and it's about stuffed animals, not about...
Some guy in a porn shop. You get a penthouse and a plaything. What? Excuse me.
This only has stuffed animals? I was thinking of other stuffed things.
Excuse me. None of the guys are doing it to the animals.
Playthings.
There was a magazine, Playthings.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you would know that.
Yes, it was a trade magazine.
Yeah.
But it just seems like really bad.
The giraffes in the centerfold, you're like, oh, man. Look at Jizzy the giraffe. Once an officer found a Diana bear at a crime scene and said, quote, I thought, good heavens, this bear is worth $400. What's it doing here? It was actually worth $2,000 at the time.
What?
People couldn't leave Beanie Babies on their car dashboards for fear that their cars would be broken into.
And that was the shame, because I always want to keep my collection on the fucking
Well, do you
car
remember
dashboard.
back in the day, people would have them all on the back of their car?
I do.
Yes, they
so eventually
did.
people were like, we can't do this. Police had records of beanies being exchanged directly for heroin.
Yep.
Employees at Thai were stealing beanies too. Sneaking them out in their pants and their shoes and their bras, making up fake orders. But the craziest story of crime is in West Virginia, where Jeff White and Harry Simmons were security guards at a lumberyard who had talked about starting a trading biz with Beanie Babies. Simmons gave White a stash of Beanie Babies to sell for a couple $100. But when White isn't giving him the money, they have an argument. Jeff White came back and found Simmons at work, and he shot Simmons execution style near the timber. While White was in jail awaiting his sentence, he called his mother and said, quote, I cannot go into prison, the Beanie Baby killer. He did. The author of the main book, Zach Bissonnette, that I used for this research, interviewed the Beanie Baby killer in 2014, and before the interview started, White, the killer, asked him, quote, so them Beanie Babies, are those still hot? A 1998 USA Weekend poll said 64% of Americans owned a Beanie Baby. Stores were running out of all of them. The good news was, in 98, Peggy Gallagher had gotten every Beanie Baby and was keeping up on all the new ones. Her collection was valued as enough to put all of her kids in college for 4 years at Harvard.
Sell it.
Dave's favorite.
Sell high.
And just when it couldn't get any more fucking crazy, another McDonald's giveaway was agreed upon.
Why?
And if you thought the first one was nuts, you're nuts.
Come on.
Because the 98 one was even bigger and wilder. Now McDonald's is going to have 250 million teeny beanies. And they took 1 week off of the promotional run to make it 4 weeks. 12 beanies in total were to be offered.
With a week off?
I think they, yeah.
A pause? A beanie pause?
No, it was supposed to run 4 weeks. I think the first one was supposed to run 5 weeks. So yeah, they took, so it's like smaller time frame, more beanies. So they're like, we'll definitely be okay.
They have a Jose.
What? No, that's...
Oh,
no.
it is Jose.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I'll take it, sure.
Yeah.
That's like one of the nicer things.
That is, and that's sweet. You need to get a hold of one of those.
I'm good.
Jose would like that.
It's worth going to jail to get that.
Yeah, I agree.
What?
Yeah, a shooting.
Killing a guy?
Shooting.
Hey, come with me by the timber. I got it. So this right here, the 12 beanies, again gives people a list, a mission, and they wanted it accomplished. McDonald's had its larger ever sales in a U.S. store the first weekend of the promotion. Demand was so high that McDonald's had to limit it to 5 beanies per visit and implement a 2-hour waiting period in between. Mothers and grandmothers then put together search parties. They used cell phones to scout which stores had any of the teeny Beanie Babies they were missing. In Pennsylvania, a McDonald's manager called the cops. Quote, I responded and observed approximately 50 people standing inside, Officer Brown of Lancaster said. Quote, they said they were waiting for Zip the Cats to go on sale. The employee said the cat will not be sold until all the Dobie dogs are gone. And there were still over 100 dogs to be sold. Employees said it would be at least an hour. But for Thai Inc. and Ty Warner, it was all working. 1998 beanie sales hit $1.4 billion.
Jeez.
Warner took home $700 million.
Oh my God. Do you know how much surgery you can get for that?
No, it's a whole... You could be a Beanie Baby.
Yeah, I would walk out of there.
He turns into a Beanie
I
Baby.
would 100% be a cat.
He just turns himself into a beanie. Ty? Yes? Love me?
Meow.
Yeah, he's taking beans out of his chest. Ty became more and more greedy. Lena Trevidi, who we talked about a couple times, who came up with the poems, the website, all that, was still making $12 an hour.
Oh my fucking God. Now I hate this guy.
She asked to be paid $120,000 a year. $1.4 billion. She asked to be paid $120,000 a year.
So much.
More than fair. It was denied, and she quit.
What a fucking asshole.
On December 1st, 1998, Ty.com posted a message, quote, surprise, guess what? We're letting you know 1 month in advance so your collection can grow. The countdown's begun, so don't hesitate. Get out to the stores before it's too late. This is our promise, our guarantee. Never again in our stores they will be. Our final goodbye to our retirees will be on December 31st, New Year's Eve. I take issue with that rhyming. Retirees Eve. Sounds like the beanie wrap lady.
It's
the beanie wrap. Over the next 2 weeks, 26 beanies were to be retired. Halfway through 1998, every beanie that had been retired sold for more on the secondary market than its original price.
Oh, my God.
For the new year, January 1st, 1999, Ty came out with a whopping 24 new beanies. They had never been released that many at once, so they put out 24. They all dropped at midnight. Now that was a lot of beanies.
Marty the Mole Rat. He's never put out that many at once?
No, this is the most.
He's shooting too high.
Yes.
Getting greedy. You should. Once you fired, what's her name?
Lena Trevidi.
Once he fired Lena, he was fucking doomed. The curse is upon him.
Well, to be fair, he was putting out Floody the Flounder because he was flooding the market. That's a fun little ad lib we like to do here on the Dollop.
Stop it.
Call the 800 number below if you're interested.
Please don't talk to the camera.
Oh, okay. You're right, Dave. It was considered too much. It was flooding the market. You were asking too much of your buyers. You've been selling them all over the place, and now you're going, go get 24 more. And people are like, Jesus Christ.
Greedy.
And they were right. The 1999 retiree beanies did not go up in value, and this sent shockwaves through the beanie collecting world.
Uh-oh.
For the first time, people saw that sometimes the retiring wouldn't spike the price.
Oh, shit.
Patty was at $1,500 in the spring of 98, but in the summer of 99 was just $700.
Uh-oh.
Quackers had been valued at $3,500 in the spring of 98 and was now valued at $1,600 in the summer of 99.
Quackers. I bought Quackers at 2.
Ty announced to friends, quote,
That was Quackers.
Mother, damn it. This is, can't believe you're together. Ty announced to friends, quote, we're shutting it down. He decided it has run its course, and he wanted to focus on his next surefire hit project, Beanie Kids.
What? No, fuck. I'm absolutely terrified. I just threw up in my throw up.
Actually, these were filled with throw up. They weren't filled with beans. People barfed in the felt.
What in the fuck is that?
Didn't you always want to know what a nippleless man going through a midlife crisis would look like?
A Scottish nippleless man.
Christ almighty, can you believe the act we're following? I don't think we'll be as successful as the bloody Beanie Babies. Look at me. I've got a big scar on my arm and no nipples.
I've been electrocuted.
I've been shocked.
Donald, where's your trousers?
It's the Beanie Rap. Yeah, they're disgusting. They were nightmare fuel, and friends told him they were, quote, ugly. But he believed in them. He would reply to skeptics, quote, who's the billionaire here? When he was on the list of Forbes' 400 richest Americans, he gave a copy to every one of his employees.
The Beanie Babies or the magazine?
The magazine. Yeah. But he was giving, 1 year for his employees, he gave everyone their salary matched as a bonus.
So like $12,000.
No, like some people were making bank, like sales reps and stuff like that. And then this year, he gives them all a Beanie Baby. On August 31st, 1999, Ty.com released the name of the new beanies and some bigger news. Quote, very important notice. On December 31st, 1999, 11:59 p.m., all beanies will be retired, including the above. One of the new beanies was named The End, and it had written on its tie tag, all good things come to an end. It's been fun for everyone. Peace and hope are never gone. Love you all, and say so long.
Wow, it's such a dumb idea. He could have just reeled it in and put out, like, we're only putting out 2 this year.
He's panicking.
He's panicking because the value is going down, but this is not the way to go.
No, and you'll see right here. I mean, he's acting like a lunatic.
This is like when Schlitz Beer changed their formula.
Yeah, this is also, right. You've told me that story before.
Yeah, I mean,
this is
crazy.
He's Ray Liotta in Goodfellas looking at the helicopter now. He's making wild decisions. And again, he's kind of insulated himself so that, people don't really, like, he doesn't really listen to anybody anymore.
Right.
Lena Trevidi was like...
Well, he's a billionaire. Once you're a billionaire, you're like, I know how to do everything. And as we can see,
but for a moment,
Musk, that's true.
But for a moment, it did work well. People wanted to get their hands on the beanies. A Fort Worth toy shop owner said, quote, it has been crazy to say the least. It almost makes you think of the runs on the banks in the 1920s. Most people, honest to goodness, are in a panic. This gives you a quick sense of the panic.
For years, nothing's been hotter than those cuddly little animals with cute little names.
Almonds. I don't have almonds, right?
But abruptly this week, the makers of Beanie Babies, Ty Incorporated, announced over the internet that it's over.
So, is it official?
It's official.
Shop owner Joe Diamond had to post the news.
Beanie Babies are dead. It's over. December 31st. Millennium. No more Beanie Babies.
No more Quackers the Duck or Pinky the Flamingo. The company says every last one will be retired.
That's why I'm here now. Bye.
The news caused a frenzy in the beanie world, especially among the adult collectors.
Yes, I'm checking right now to see what I'm missing in my collection.
What happened was the chat room actually...
Sir, let it go. Leonard Tannenbaum's Beanie Nation website was overwhelmed with mournful messages like, "The end is coming."
To them, this is really affecting their life more than most things that you guys have on the news. This, to them, is everything.
That guy becomes a real piece of shit hedge fund manager eventually. Half of the people took this as a time to start selling off their collections. A quarter started buying more, and an eighth said they were done. It was, quote, just too much.
That's interesting. I don't know why people would sell them off unless it's like, because you would think, well, now that they're all going away, the value goes up. But I guess if you can't trade them, then the value is off.
I mean, it's, you're panicking. Like, there's this market that
First of all, I'm not panicking because I would never own Beanie Babies.
Yeah, you have a Daisy the cow right here, asshole. Why'd you get this, stupid?
You're right.
They're totally, I mean, I think you're right, but I also think, like, the lesson from this and from crypto to some extent is, like, once you see that modicum of downturn, fucking move. Move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay, so he's done all that. Then it's Christmas Day, 1999, and Warner makes an even weirder call that he posted on tie.com. Quote, "After much thought, I am willing to put the fate of Beanie Babies in your hands. You make the decision. You have inspired the Beanie Baby line through your devotion to them." There was a hotline set up where people could pay 50 cents to vote. The money went to charity. If they wanted Beanie Babies to keep going. 91% of voters wanted the Beanie Babies to stay. But obviously anyone calling would want that, like, who's paying 50 cents. What's weird to me is there's like 9% of people calling being like, enough.
Well, that's the guy who's like, I lost my friend Jim to Beanie Babies.
Yeah, but paying 50 cents to be like, go fuck yourself, Beanie Babies. But it didn't work. It was over. Despite Ty trying to get it back, he couldn't. So many were just left with, well, Beanie Babies. It was once again just a toy. And on November 25th, 2000, the unthinkable happened when Beanie Babies showed up in dollar stores.
Oh, my God. The bottom. Wow. I didn't think it would happen that fast.
Even the classics were losing steam. Websites like buyingbeanies.com popped up and didn't want to know what color or version or face you had or any of that. It offered 40 cents a beanie, flat rate.
40? They're penny stocks.
The Beanie Baby bubble had burst. The fall from grace was hard. By 2004, Ty was forced to put his own money into the company to the tune of $39 million. And it was all just kind of this blur.
So wait, the little beanie guys, the little beanie humans didn't...
The Beanie Kids? No, Beanie Kids, believe it or not, Beanie Kids did not do well.
How is that possible? They were so cool looking.
Can you imagine the balls? You should just make your own, you should just sell stuffed balls at that point. If you think that little thing is going to be like, imagine people being like, this guy's a genius, he made Beanie Babies. What do you got next? This kind of, it's kind of like murder kid.
It's a semi-human child.
It's like if a man, fucked a mannequin. This thing. Where are the nipples? I'm disgusted by nipples.
I know. I don't go to.
They don't have shirts.
I had my own removed.
Like, he was probably like, Cabbage Patches are probably freaking out.
That's right.
Now.
This was his Cabbage Patch. Yep.
So it was all a weird blur, and kicking a toy company or a toy while they were down were the Berenstain Bears.
Here we
remember
go.
them?
Oh, yes.
Those little fuckers.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember those as the Berenstein Bears?
Berenstein.
Yes, well, it's Berenstein, and that's a whole oddity for another time. It proves that we're living in a matrix. But anyway, in the Berenstain Bears, which is what they're called, mad toy craze, they mocked the lunacy of the era. The story was of the kids wanting berry bubbies because everyone else had them, and some had skyrocketed in value. And the father says, just listen to this, said Papa, reading from a Berry Bubbies magazine he had found at the supermarket. A rare Berry Bubby was sold in Bearville for hundreds of dollars. Did you hear that? Hundreds of dollars. But at the end of the story, they were just left, like most frantic beanie collectors, saying to themselves, all you could do was look at them. except they had this way of looking back at you and making you think about all the money you had spent on them. 99.5% of all Beanie Babies in mint condition are worth less than they retailed for. And that is the sad reality for many. While it's crazy and funny, a lot of people took out credit cards they could never pay back. God. Bankruptcies, college funds come and gone. And all they had to show for it was a bunch of partially stuffed bean bags that sat in a container in their basement.
It seemed like such a good idea.
It did. Like this woman who went bankrupt, our beanie wrapper. She is still paying off her debts. She has nothing to show for it.
Can't she? What about the album? Did it not sell?
She refuses to sell the platinum record that's in her recording studio. She's sticking to her guns. Poor lady. A former rep told a story about how he would see people with the wheelbarrows full of beanies who couldn't afford new clothes for their kids. People had gone all in. But while some went broke, Ty laughed all the way to the bank. That is, until September of 2013.
Hell yes.
When Warner was brought up on tax evasion charges.
Oh, yes.
He had apparently been withholding $100 million in a Swiss bank account from the IRS.
Oh, yeah.
And Warner wasn't just under the gun, he'd also been under the knife.
Look at his face.
Yeah, he's got a real sour... He has become a beanie. Warner spoke to the judge through tears and said, quote, "I apologize for my conduct. I had great success with my company, and I had so much to be thankful for." He was fined $53.5 million and given 500 hours of community service and no jail time. The federal sentencing guide says he should have gotten 46 months.
Wow, fuck. God.
Here is a picture of his mansion's gates being repainted gold the day after the ruling.
Why are they being repainted gold?
Because he has the money, because fuck you. That's why. Warner is now a hotel tycoon. That's his whole own bag of beanies.
What hotels does he own?
Tons. He owns the Four Seasons in New York. He owns a couple Four Seasons. He owns ones in Santa Barbara. Tons. He actually lived at the top floor of the Four Seasons for ages.
Sure.
But he's shuttered many of his businesses since COVID, and his employees mostly hate him. There are many lawsuits. And in 2021, his longtime partner sued him for $400 million after their marriage-like relationship ended amid claims of years of abuse, physical and mental. Warner denied the allegations as, quote, "The lawsuit is a money grab filled with lies." Still, every 7 years or so, it seems like rumors come out that make people think Beanie Babies may be valuable again. Like in 2007, when people bought into the rumor that the Princess Bear, Alpha Diana, was worth $100,000.
You still have it?
I said, wait a minute, I have that bear.
Kelly Despotakis remembered her daughter getting that bear as a baby. First, she told her husband.
And he was up and into the basement in about 30 seconds flat, and he has had 2 knee replacements, looking for the bear. I found it.
Then she told her daughter.
First, I got super excited and just ran up and hugged her, and I started crying a little bit. It would just be so great if this actually was worth a lot of money, because I really need to pay for my college.
You're not going to college.
So,
sorry.
Do you think it wasn't?
Can you imagine taking that to Stanford and being like, so...
like, actually, you're more Emerson material. No, it wasn't worth it. But what I love about that clip is she's like... They spent all this money on Beanie Babies, and she's like, I need college money. Like, America is just the fucking worst. Yeah. It happened again in 2021 with the Princess Bear and a few others. People believed they would be worth thousands, but again, it was a scam. So that is the story of the cuddly crypto, of Beanie Bitcoin, of commemorative plate plush. The saga is all pretty well summed up by Peggy Gallagher's sister, who, when reached for comment when Peggy completed her collection of all 822 Beanie Babies, her sister said, when her sister Peggy completed, quote, "The calm experienced with owning the collection comes only after the storm of the hunt." How did she do it? Thousands of dollars to Ma Bell looking for them, hours on the computer trying to find people who could trade for what they needed, harassing poor tie reps, following overnight couriers thinking they had her beanies. Why this happens or how this happens is beyond me. Peggy has had so many sleepless nights thinking of places that she hasn't searched, and nightmares of calling a store as the targeted piece leaves the store to a lucky buyer. It is just about the time when hopelessness overcomes you that you just then happen upon the animal that has eluded you for so long.
Well.
And that's the story of the Beanie Babies.
Of Beanie Babies.
And let me say, The best book for this was The Great Beanie Baby Bubble by Zach Bissonette. There's also a great documentary called Beanie Mania on HBO Max, which talks to a lot of the original mothers who were obsessed with the Beanie Babies, and Beanie Go Bust on Vice. But then there's Bloomberg articles, lots of YouTube videos, as you saw, and then just lots of local news clips and stuff. But that's the story of the Beanie Babies.
You said I'm going to save something until the end. Now I can't remember.
Oh, it was the guy. So this one guy, I don't know where he sells them, but his parents had a huge collection of Beanie Babies. And so what he started to do was he came up with a business where he cuts the head off the Beanie Babies and he puts them on the little like mountings that you would put like hunted animals on, and he sells those and he makes quite a little bit of money.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, there are a couple
So
like
funny.
beanie businesses that have popped up, and there's like some good stories in ways, but it really is just like it's just a tragic story of
And
like
he never started selling them again? Or
he actually kept selling them. And in like 2013, he tried to do something with these, which were called Beanie Boos.
Let me see Beanie Boo.
Oh my
And
word.
he basically, what he did was, he created like a beanie metaverse.
Sure.
With beanies, where you could become the beanie and interact with other beanies on this website component. But all of it is
now we're getting into sex stuff.
all of it is totally failed. You still buy Beanie Babies.
Did you buy that one?
Yeah, you can still buy them.
CVS have them.
Yeah, they're everywhere still. Like
Yeah.
now I notice them everywhere.
So he's still making money off Beanie Babies.
He still makes money, but it's like
Not like it was.
no. We're talking, but he still makes money.
Yeah. He's a rich monster.
And now the company is more into like acquisitions too, like
Sure.
it like acquired like Bratz
Naturally.
dolls
Of
and
course.
like Garfield, I think, and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
you got to start buying.
This one's called Fudge.
Yeah.
And its birthday is December the 13th.
So you just had a birthday, Fudge.
Oh, that's
Fudge.
nice. Should we?
Oh.
Oh, look, he's got the cows come to his party.
Oh, it's well.
Oh, that's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's Fudge. So there you go. That's the.
Well, that was very interesting.
Benji, that was great.
Thank you. Thanks.
It was great.
Thanks,
yeah.
Derry.
Yeah. We mustn't tell Garfi, though.
No, don't tell Garfi about Benji.
Benji did a good job.
Yeah,
No,
don't tell
we won't
Garfi that
tell
Benji
Garfi
did a
that.
good job.
He'd be a bit upset.
Yeah. Did you enjoy this time, Mother?
I did. It was very good. It was very.
Do you have any
interesting.
extra beanie stories or any toy sale rep stories?
No,
left over?
no. I think I've covered all of them. But I just remember it was absolutely crazy. And as a toy rep, you were so jealous of the tie reps
Because
they were making a ton of money.
They were, yeah.
And we were all struggling, trying to
It's
sell
like
our-
pharmaceutical
our little
sales.
wooden trays.
You got was it on commission?
Yes, it was all commission.
So that was when he was matching the
Yeah.
salaries. Those people were making, he was
Yeah,
matching people's
yeah.
huge salaries.
But I bet he was cutting down on the commission because at one point the commission was probably 10%. But I bet when he got big and he seems nasty, I bet he cut it down to like 2%.
They were all, it seemed like the salespeople made good money, and then like the people who were like at the company, like people were like, "You're making millions of dollars," and they were like, "No." Like they were just, he was screwing people left and right,
Yeah, he's a billionaire. That's what they do.
Yeah, and like you're saying, like towards the end, it's like he fires or he just lets people go who are valuable, and it's like those are the people who'd be like, "Dude, don't put 24 out right now,"
That's right.
But they're gone. So
Yeah. Anyway, very good, very interesting.
Well, we want to thank you all for joining us this evening for the Dollop. We hoped you have learned something about Beanie Babies and about yourself.
Benji's word.
Because at the end of the day, each beanie is like us. We're all snowflakes. Shut the fuck up, it's Gareth.
It's your song.
All right, we're done. We're done.
Benji's word.
Not my song.
Welcome to Benji's world.
No, cut it, Aaron. Cut the goddamn feed.
Benji.
No.
Benji.
And called it, quote, his jam patch.
Jam patch?
I'm the fucking hippo guy!
Dave, okay.
My name's Gary.
My name's Gary.
Wait.
Is it for fun?
And this is not going to become the Tiggly podcast.
Okay.
This is like anarchy!
On a 5-part coefficient.
Come on, rules, let's play!
Now hit him with the puppy. You both present sick arguments.
No sleep till hippo!
No sleep till hippo!
Action part.
Hi, Gary.
No.
Nicely done, my friend.
No.
Oh, you like this podcast, do you? Then you're going to love me on the road doing stand-up. Go to GarethReynolds.com if you are in Richmond Heights, Missouri, St. Louis, let's be honest, January 7th, January 8th, Indianapolis, Batavia, someone said online, Illinois, January 9th through the 11th. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, January 12th. Minneapolis, Minnesota, January 15th through the 18th. Then I'll be in Buffalo, New York on January 30th. Rutherford, New Jersey, January 31st through February 1st. Brea, California, February 7th. Eureka, California, February 11th. San Francisco, February 12th. Sacramento, February 13th. Naples, March 24th. Charlotte, North Carolina, April 13th. April 14th, I will be in Raleigh, North Carolina. Virginia Beach, April 15th. Richmond, Virginia, April 16th. Lutherville, basically Baltimore, I think, April 17th, 18th, 19th, 19th. It cuts off there. And Winnipeg this summer in May. Go to GarethReynolds.com for tickets and information. You're the Gare Force. We need you, Gare Force. Hashtag Gare Force, Gare Force.
Hey now, 2025, what's the big idea? You're a brand new year, but you've brought the same old yucks and accidents of last year. If the new year has you feeling crummy, Best Med Urgent Care is here to help you feel better faster. Walk in for all the new year brings your way. We have in-clinic testing and treatment for flu, COVID, strep, and more. Walk right in. No appointment is ever necessary. BestMedClinics.com.